to go for a round two. He's going to go for the knock. Goes for the roll down. And he's spotted CVL. Looks for the clip, but he's not going to be able to get it. Jumps out instead, but goes down.
Forward, trying to get a better position using the smoker's advantage. Drives straight in.
Out instead, but goes down. Now it's just Mortal alive. Poor Soul in a 1v1, but he cannot do it.
Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Group Stages. My name is Warren Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk is the man, is the meme, is the myth, the legend, Ocean Sharma himself.
I hate this guy. I hate the person that's just right next to me. But seriously, this is going to be an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen, because Group A is going to go head-to-head with Group D. I mean, one thing is that we're not going to see Bablu today, but we are going to see amazing games. I promise you, I swear on him that we're going to see interesting games. If it does not happen, you guys can just beat him out, if anything. But still, see, we have seen some amazing games when Group A collapsed with Group B. We have seen some amazing games when it was C versus D. But when it all shuffles, there are some instances that players kind of know each other's strategies as they have seen and read each other's gameplays. But when it is put to test on the maps that there are, like Erangel, like Miramar, like, I mean, I'll let you choose all those things. But then as of now, when A, B, C, and D have played all the matches, there have been some overall standings and overall changes. And I think, yes, obviously, no one's gonna dethrone them right now. Team Bablu, out of 4 matches they played, they had 3 chicken dinners, 116 points for themselves. Nexus team, they played incredibly well yesterday, and they have 72 points for them in the bank. RNG is on the 3rd position. Gaming Hub is on the 4th. Team NB on the 5th. FIME on the 6th. Team VFX Oxy on the 7th, and LOU Esports from 2nd, they just dropped to the 8th position, obviously because they did not play the games.
LOU Esports missing out on the games of yesterday. But on the other side, moving on, Rogue Nation on the 9th, Portal Esports is going to be on the 10th, 2xOfficial taking the 11th spot, R3D Esports on the 12th, Team TUF is going to be on the 13th, Arkadians is going to be on the 14th position, North Esports taking the 15th spot for themselves, and 16th position is going to be taken by RSxTeamx. But moving on, once again, it's going to be the last quarter of the teams between 70 to 24 that have to secure their standings. Freestyle on the 17th, the Real TG on the 18th, TeamBTK on the 19th, the Stars on the 28th, Team HR on the 21st, DFUZeOfficial on the 22nd, FTF Esports on the 23rd, and Team H2E on the 24th. But after this table, the next table is going to be the table of death. Because now, from here on out, you have to make the push into the top 24. Otherwise, you won't be playing the semi-finals.
Exactly, and that consists of the teams of HFD, KPK Gaming, FalaQ, HTeamXRange, Blacklist 2, 247 Gaming, F2D Esports, and Team Aqua. These are the names that are out there on 25th to 32nd. But let's talk about the teams of today's group, right? Like, I saw the names out there in the first and the second table out there. VFX Oxy, the team that started chicken dinner yesterday, they are going to be playing today. There's going to be like Team and like the big names are going to be out there. But then like these the table that you saw, it comes up with some points that go up, that go down, that takes you up and takes you down. The first position that gives you 20 points, the second that gives you 14, then third position that gives you 10, and after that it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 decreasing order, and 11 to 16 gives you a single point for each and every position out there.
But along with that, you get 1 point for every single kill that you get in game, and those kills are one of the reasons that Bablu is sitting at 116 points right now, because they were destroying their competition basically in every single game they played, apart from the unfortunate events that happened on Miramar wherein they were kicked out earlier. But now moving on, let's have a look at the schedule for the day. It's going to start off with Erangel. Then we have a slight change today because Vikendi is going to be there on the second game, followed by Miramar, and then to end things off, it's going to be Erangel again.
I mean, Sanox making an exit for today, but then that means a bigger map. That means much more action coming out in that one. That thing can happen out here. But then this is going to be something interesting. Players know each other's gameplays on Erangel. They know each other's gameplays on Miramar. They know each other's gameplay on the second Erangel, obviously, because the first was out there. But then Vikendi is going to be a different thing for the teams, as this will be the first introduction out here, the first introduction for the teams, for the players to play their games on. So Vikendi can also have a learning curve. I mean, obviously Vikendi has a learning curve with the way the zone actually shifts and the water being a part of the zone, and the fights in the first circle sometimes seems like the fourth circle fights and all those things. So that is going to be something that we'll have to see overall. But then coming back to the fact that the teams that will be playing today, the squad rosters out there. So from Group A, it's going to be some amazing names. Portal Esports, LOU Esports, the names that were just dominating all over. Arkadians is going to be out there. So these names are going to be the ones that I'm going to see. And obviously HTeamXRange, like, it's going to be there. But the team is actually on 24th and 25th position. So I would like to see if the team can just make it till the end of the day. And coming to Group D, if we just, have our attention to that particular one, that has some amazing names. Like VFXOXY, the team that had a chicken in the first game yesterday. Team Envy, the team that was dominating. So Team TUF, they had an incredible run. North Esports had a really good run. RNG was doing really, really good yesterday. They had a chicken as well. So I want to see what happens when the Goliaths of Group D collide with Group A, because Group A has Portal, they have LOU, they have Rogue Nation, they have HTeamXRange, and Group D has VFXOXY, RNG, NV, North Esports, Nexus team was also out there. So these names are going to make an impact, not even a slight impact. They are going to make an amazing impact, and I think because Bablu is not playing today, they might come to a second position drop, if anything. But as of now, they are just safe on that crowned first position that they just secured.
Yeah, pretty safe, like almost a 50-point difference between them and a second team. So it's going to take a couple of chicken dinners from the team on the second position to actually get there. But on the other side, as Ocean pointed out, some of the strongest teams are going to be going up against each other, and we will have to see who is going to come out on top. One of the teams of them is obviously going to be Team NV and Team Nexus, because the teams have had strong performances, but on the other side they have had bad performances as well, and that sort of makes you question as to how consistent can they be.
Exactly.
Coming into the tournament, NV is one of the more experienced team, Arkadians as well, Portal Esports as well, the real TG as well. So with all this experience, what can you do? How far can you go? On the other hand, there is this other team that's just dominating everyone with the same amount of experience, and the level of difference between the skills between them and everyone else is like pretty visible.
Exactly. And alright, so I mean, obviously the viewers, our lovely viewers from Pakistan, from India, from all around the globe that are just joining right now, you guys will be chanting out the names of your favorite teams in the comment section. So I would want to ask you, if you had to pick one team for the first game right now, I'll be picking Envy, because see, Envy was doing incredibly well in their games, and they were trying to grab that chicken dinner. Like, there was some mistakes that just let them down in a few matches, but if anything, I think Envy and Portal Esports can be some big names. So if you had
I was actually gonna pick Portal Esports for that one.
We have casted so many matches. There's a synergy going on with us. Like, I'm just sitting here, my mind is saying rush, and he just rushes to that. That's the kind of situation. But still, you guys will be commenting out your favorite teams. I know that. We guys know that, because you guys, that is the way that you show your support out there. So all the fans that are joining in from each and every area, like I said it the first day, gaming holds no boundaries. You can come from either of the countries, either of the areas out there, and you'll be you'll be sitting out there for an action-packed, amazing gameplay. That is one thing that you get from PUBG Mobile overall.
Yeah, definitely. The game has built up a strong community and a big community across the world entirely, and we still have to see how things are gonna go from here. But let's have a look at the head-to-head while we're at it between Team NV and Portal Esports, the two teams we picked. So NV is slightly ahead in the number of kills, 24 to 16 on the side of Portal Esports. Damage being given 4,929 towards the side of NV, 4,045 on Portal Esports. Healing done. Look at this. This is where things change drastically.
Yeah.
3,330 on NV and 955 on Portal Esports. I mean, if you are taking those fights, how can you be that careful? How are you that passive?
Actually, in the healing department, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Every other damage stat, every other stat should be maximum, and healing should be minimum.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that Portal is doing. You need to focus on giving damage
Yeah.
rather than taking damage. That is one thing that is differentiating Portal Esports from the other teams. But out there, healing gets it, damage gets it, but damage is given by the kills, and the kills are being secured by kill leaders out here. You can see the overall kill leaders, 19 kills yet still out there from Bablu Pikachu, and Bablu Ghost is out there on the second position with 13 kills. And NV Sure, this guy can actually, just dominate out the kill fit too. If he goes for the domination, I think we'll be having a new kill leader, because this guy has 13 for himself in the bank, and Fime Flicker is out there on the fourth position with 12 kills, and Bablu Tyrant. Obviously, 3 players from Bablu squad just sitting out there, dominating in each and every aspect. That's just incredibly amazing. That's incredible. That's amazing. That's everything.
Yeah, that is everything. But the interesting thing is that there was a time when all 3 players from the side of Bablu were actually next to each other, but then Flicker and NV actually came in with their firepower and took a lot of kills for themselves. But moving on to the next 5, it's going to be Wolf on the 6th position with 11 kills. Bablu Danny is going to be 7th on 7th position with 10 kills. Gaming Hubs KMD is going to be 8th with 9 kills. Nexus's Hunk is going to be 9th with 8 kills, and Portal Esports Wolverine is going to be on the 10th position with 8 kills to his name. So the entire squad of Bablu is there in the overall kill leaders in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, and that is a good thing. It shows the domination, the dominating power, the firepower, the capacities of how you play your game, of the mentality that you take. And Bablu is an incredibly aggressive team, if that is the word to describe this team. Because this team, even if there was a Miramar map that just, was bad for them.
Yeah.
But other than that, when this team knows where the fight is, this team just goes for the fight. This team takes the fight. This team tries to, capitalize on the damage stats, on the kill stats, on each and every stats. Like, they are one of the most ideal teams that a viewer can just expect for when the gameplay is, when the camera is on them. You can see the kill feed just running, and it's because of them out there.
Yeah, it is because of them, in fact, because that was the thing that sort of made Bablu's Miramar game a bad game for them. Because it was this rushing towards those fights that were happening, and they did not realize that they were going uphill, where 4 teams were going at it up against each other, and Bablu just landed right smack in the middle of all of them, just dying instantly, basically. Other than that, every single time these guys rush in, they have this really common strategy. You see one guy, you send 4 people to kill him.
I mean, that is a proper thing that should be happening out there. You need to understand what entry fragger needs to do and what the IGL's call should be. If IGL calls for it, the guys will have to rush in. The filter can just go for the secondary call that you can or cannot rush in right now. But if IGL calls, you'll have to understand that he knows the game, and IGL has to do all the roles in himself. He has to be the supporter as well. He has to be the fragger as well. He has to be the main assist out there as well, because he is responsible for all the team's decisions. And those decisions, when they are together, there's a chicken dinner out there, and Bablu has 3, so they know their rules.
They know their roles, they know what they are doing, and they are pretty damn good at it as well. On the other side, once again we come back to this point, like Bablu is not going to be playing today. So it is going to be the opportunity of all the other teams that are playing, NV, Nexus, be it Portal Esports, be it the Arkadians especially, who are still out of the top 8. It is going to be their opportunity to climb and get as many points as they can while this mammoth of a team is out of the games for now.
I mean, yeah, and that's going to be one thing. All right, so just for a clear vision, I mean, no, not like that. Just for a clear vision of the game, the game's gonna happen out here, and let's just go ahead and get into it as we are about to jump into the plane. The first game from Group A versus D, ladies and gentlemen. The plane path, as you can see on your screens, is from Gatka to Milta Power, military base area, Novo Repnoy, Milta, Shelter, School, Pochinki, Georgia if a team wants to go there, Primorsk if a team wants to go there. You have your areas. I mean, Zarki, Savanian, Kamishki, and Stalba are going to be the areas that it's difficult to reach. Other than that, I think we are in for an action-packed gameplay as players are in the plane and they have started dropping to their favorite locations or something. As we can see, team number 20, that is TUF, Tough Edgar. You can see on the screen, he is dropping. He alongside his team to the Georgiopol area. Team number 14, that is the real TG, is dropping to the Primorsk area. If that is their strategy or something. Team number 10 on the screen, Arkadians, they are in for a fight, and I think they would like to take that fight because this was what happened in the first game when
Yeah.
they secured the second position. They dropped in poaching in. That is the same strategy that they are going with right now. It all just matters if their drop location will be contested or not, as Blacklist is moving up to the Rozok or Water City area. That is going to be one of the things that just comes into the equation.
Yeah, it can be one of those things, but once again, no one is going to the military island. No one is going to towards the military base. Envy is slowly going to try and move towards the Novo area, and Envy was one of the only teams who actually went to the military base one of those times. And the reason they went there was because they were a little bit late on towards their landing towards Novo, and Novo was already hosting basically another team within its compound, so Envy had to get out of there as fast as they can, and the closest area where you could get good loot was military island, military base. So that's where they went. But this time, since no one is heading to Novo, Envy is going to take control of that entire area for themselves. And on the other side, this is one of the most interesting things, I think. One of the players from the Arkadians, Kelsey, look at where he is, on the southern edge of Milta Power. What happened with that guy?
Probably like that is a new strategy or something, I don't know. But all right, one thing. You see the Georgopol area, right?
Yeah.
There's a squad house right next to Georgopol area. Best location for the
Wait,
for the circle.
am I seeing things correctly? Is Portal Esports and Arkadians just playing with 3 players on this squad?
Probably that might happen, but then PES, the team that has amazing name out there, let's see what they can do with the 3-man strategy. And Arkadians as well. If I don't know. See, if Helzy is online, that's a good thing. If Helzy is not online, then I think, I mean, Arkadians with 2 players, that is one thing that they'll have to go for. And Pochinki, seemingly a really good area, but can they just, pick up all the fights that are going to be thrown at them by the other squads? As I see, team number 10 is Arkadians, but there are going to be some other players right next to them. Envy on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, alongside BTK. Let's see what happens in these fights as Windigo, Dark Soul and Deadshot are going to be around those areas. What's going to happen when the fights just start? And Blacklist, right. This is where the first game ended in the first times, and now this is where they are starting their game. So I think, see, Water City is a good area to loot, but then you can get a vehicle from the other side of the road as well.
Yeah.
But then all that matters is, where will you rotate to? Because the circle is centralized right now. It's on the upward edge of the, it's on the upward island and on the downside island as well.
But moving over towards the side of Georgopol, it's going to be HAFD just taking control of the entire area for themselves. And these containers are so important. There is so much loot present over here. And you can rotate over towards the side of Hospital. And if you get a circle that has Georgopol in it, then the control of Everest is going to be so much important for you, because as we talk about that, you can get so much information just by looking around you from the top of that mountain.
Yeah.
It is one of the peaks in this map, and that is going to be so important to control. We saw that happen a couple of days ago, and but the unfortunate incident that happened was the circle shifted. But right now, it is a northern circle. So Pochinki School, Georgopol, the city across from Georgopol, Shooting Range, Severny, Zarki, Yasna Poliana, all the squads present in those areas are going to be happy. On the other side, PES, Portal Esports, they're going to have a hard time since they were present towards the Lipovka side, and a bunch of squads are present towards the eastern edge of the circle. On the other side, BTK, Envy, the teams that took control of the military island, rotations for them are going to be important as well. And TG, the real TG on Primosk, that is going to be an easy rotation for them since no other teams are in their path as they head towards the circle.
If they head towards the circle, that's going to be one of the questions, because the thing is, it all comes to the fact that at around what time are you going to head towards the circle? Is it going to be an early rotation or a late rotation? On the other hand, North Esports starting their fights from Rozok. That is their proper drop location, as we saw yesterday as well. Maxi, Hammer, they are just sitting out there trying to take the loot in their hands. And the real TG on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, team number 14, that is the real TG, Solo King. Smelly Socks, I just love this guy's name for some reason. Imad is also out there, and we'll have to see how they pick up their fights, because currently they are outside the circle, and the circle is slowly and steadily, coming to its closed quarters as the circle is coming up. And BTK Windigo on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. So there's a thing about me and this guy, the guy, Varun. We actually love Supernatural. It's a TV show.
Yeah.
And there's that ghost known as Windigo, right? In that.
Yeah. You have to burn it to kill it, and we will be seeing if the
Molotov actually works out there. Yeah.
So, just a little tidbit about us. On the other side, let's talk about this. Portal Esports, Lipovka control for the entire squad. Big area, lot of houses, lot of compounds, and once you have the guns with you, you are going to have to rotate out of there. But Portal Esports, once again, in the earlier segments when we saw them play for the first time, they were the team that were rotating first, and the early rotations actually worked out for this squad. But this time around, it is going to be a heavy firefight once they try and get in towards the circle. On the other side, once we get a look of the mini-map, you guys will notice that there is a huge cluster of squads present towards the Rozhok area. So those compounds are going to be a really big battlegrounds. And right now, Arkadians, they have total control of Pochinki for themselves. Once again, big area, lots of compounds, lots of loot, a lot of safety for you.
All right, yeah, that is a totally true thing. And on your screens is once again North Esports, and there is on your screens team number 5, that is RSxTeamx. They are out there. Wilgax, Goldust, YT, as you can see on the school area. So the major question is gonna be: is North Esports gonna go to that hill, Rozhok Hill, to take the fight or not? That's gonna be like one of the things. And on your screens is VFX Oxy, Reaper on your screen, Blade on your screen, and the another thing is they are starting to loot from Stalber.
Yeah.
Will their rotation be to the inwards, or are they gonna go rotate around Yasnaya area or shooting range? Which side do they choose to rotate, as a circle is gonna shift in less than 30 seconds, and after that circle shifts, that is going to change each and everything for most of the teams, because sometimes we think that the rotation that we are going to do is going to be good, and look at this, how lonely the life can be out here.
Yeah, how lonely. And this is
the scene from Martian.
Oh boy. Yeah, apart from the desert, there is just water present, and I think there is something wrong with the player. On the other side, he is going to be taken out by the blue zone in a matter of seconds now.
Better than giving a kill to someone. I mean,
did anyone even see him?
We saw him. But to be honest, Arkadians on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, Tala is out here. And the first airdrop has the MK14 with the 7.62's loot and extended quick draw mag for the snipers. Level 3 helmet invest and the level 3 backpack. Going up a good call, as you see, like, people sometimes they loot the drops, or sometimes they just bait the drops. It depends on your strategies, as well as if you have your eyes on that. And we have our eyes on this lonely polar bear on your screen, ladies and gentlemen.
I think this could be the Martian shot.
Yeah, this could be the Martian shot, except for the water. There, if there would have been that,
just sand.
Yeah, I mean that would have been something. But then talking about water, there's another team out there in the water city. That was Blacklist and team number 9 on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. LOU, the team that was on the 2nd position the first day, but right now they have dropped to 8th position. They have the chance to just bring that number up once again. The circle has shifted to the northern side, shooting range and Severny, the areas where the players are not present. Northeast. On the screen, North Esports can actually just reach to that area, and RNG will also try to get to that area if they get some chance, because the circle is going to go for a northern shift. After this, the circle will go for a southern shift, because it's the water around there. So that's going to be a shift of the circle to the southern side. But apart from that, each and every team on the southern side will have to get to the circle as soon as they can. BTK, TG, LOU, NV, PES, these squads are the big names that have to get inside the circle right now, but are still struggling to get to the non-blue zone, and the play zone takes down the first blood in this particular game.
Yeah, and that probably was an easy one, the first knock coming in from the blue zone. But this time around, once again, talking about the circle being on the shooting range, being on Severny, the north rotation coming in from everyone looks like it's happening in the same trajectory. Everyone is looking to passing through Rozhok, and that actually could be risky at this point, because once again, if there are a lot of teams present in those compounds, then a lot of fights can take place, and it's just going to be a risk for now. But once again, the game is at a slower position, but I don't think that's going to happen for long, because HFD, they come in contact with North Esports, who's going to come out on top in this fight. Have they spotted out? I think they have. The players from the side of North are stopping Vic, Maxi, Amer, and Snow. They stop their cars on the ridge, go for the peaks, but HFD Cronus, is he going to fire those shots with his M4? And yes, he does. But now the reload is going to come in. Cronus is in a different house than his team. On the other side, North Esports, they have to be careful with this one, because once again, the engagement is going to come in with that open area right in front of them. Apart from the ridge, there is nothing over there to protect them.
This is the fight of the best compound in the northern area, and that compound is actually being taken by HFD Esports. So one of the things about this compound is that it actually, it's totally centralized in that area. So if you're taking fights from either of the sides, you will be safe. So it's going to be a really, really difficult situation for NES to take this compound in their hands. But Emma, with that one-shot gun, that the gun that just, does one shot and it can just pop off the head or something. As out here, you can see Murtaza has a level 2 helmet. If he just peeks, then I think he's going to lose his helmet, and his teammates might lose a bit of morale in that situation. But look at this NES Snow on the other hand with that Mini 14 just trying to see that one opening, one opportunity if they can get it. Murtaza has actually stood up for the first time out in this area. Would like to go to the top of that house, and the second airdrop already coming out on the shooting range area has actually a really good combo for you. AWM and the 8x scope. You can use both of them, and you can just use both of them and just do wonders out there. But coming back to this thing, you can see PES just rotating from the back end alongside VFX, Team Oxy also going from that area. So the major factor is which player is going to go. And look at this. This is something amazing. The players are charging in, not actually being shaken by the fact that the team was out there, and they have actually taken this area. And Cronus is out there. Hammer and Vic are really, really looking forward for a fight. And the fight is coming. Hammer is low on health right now. And Nexus Speaker actually takes down one player on the other side, and Hammer is also trying to go for some things, for some fights. Blade takes down one player from the real TG, and this is a good thing. Cronus makes it to safety on his team side. So this is a fight of compounds right now. Hammer can give a call to Maxi and Snow to come to this area, but then look at that. LOU Esports kind of in a bit of trouble as Nexus takes the fight. Ghost is surviving right out there. Ghost can do some damage, but will that be enough? Yes, that is enough as he drops down one player. Ghost is trying to spot the other player, and he takes down the second one as well. Ghost is on low HP right now, still not offering any damage. Pika is low on HP. Can Ghost go for it, as Ghost has done a 1v2 right now? Can he go for a 1v3? Look at his health. He is on a 60 HP rampage right now with Pika on just 10 HP, and Wolf will have to find, and Pika goes down as Ghost has done a 1v3 in that situation. Can LOU Ghost go for a 1v4? The circle is not in their favor. Wolf is the guy that is standing between him and a 1v4, an incredible 1v4 that he can just go for if he tries to go for it. AKM in his hands, he can spot the player, 1v4 coming in handy, and yes, that guy does an incredibly amazing 1v4 in the initial stages of the game.
Yeah, we start the third day off. In the first game, the first thing we see is gonna be an ace of an entire team, a team wipe coming in from the side of Ghost of LOU Esports. But now they have to be careful as well, because Ghost, he did not have any heals on him. But I think probably from the players that he killed off, he is gonna be able to get some first aid, some more painkillers and energy drinks. But on the other side, Amer is just wreaking havoc with that Scarl in his hand. He is gonna drop one, but he's gonna get dropped instead. And Vic is there for the revive, but how long can they survive? Their teammates are quite far behind. Mick has already rotated, Maxi has already rotated, and Snow is on the other side of the ridge, but Vic is trying to fight this one out on the other side. Now, HFD, they are charging in. They have taken control of the compound, and Amer is still knocked down. They have to be careful. The car being shot at, it can blow off at any moment. Vic, he has to be careful, goes down to 50% and then the car blows up. Vic is going to be taken out of the game, and that is just going to leave North Esports in a really bad situation. Just two players remaining, Maxi and Snow. Can they take this one for their team on the other side? RNG, Venom is going to catch Beal Scout out of position and is just going to get an easy kill for himself. Snow with that Mini 14 just fails to land anything. The Scar L proves more deadly with Cronus just finishing off Snow in... Yeah, His teammate just took the kill with their M24.
Yeah, but the kill is going to come to him. But likewise, I said that these houses are one of the most important houses when it comes to a fight in a particular game. And that's going to be one of the things that just happens out here. VFX Reaper Oxy, on the other hand, have taken a fight against Portal Esports. And they just wiped out 2 players of Portal Esports. That seems much, much deadly as this team is looking really good for a fight. Not 2 players, 1 player, alright, sorry. No, 1 player of Portal Esports, but 2 players are still surviving out here as Vegeta is trying to spot some players. He wants to go Super Saiyan on them, and that is one thing that he should try to go for. I mean, not literally, but yeah, he should try to go for with his M4 out here. He has a level 3 vest, level 2 helmet, level 2 backpack on himself, so that is a really good thing. But look at the circle. Look at the circle shift. That circle shift is impressively incredible. Neutral has spotted some players, and some shots were traded, and that was an incredible thing. And Tough is taking the fight against TG as the bot actually falls short right now. This is an open area fight as of now. Third airdrop right next to the second airdrop. Second airdrop was also there, and the third airdrop is coming right next to him with 2 AWMs in the house right now. What's gonna happen if a person just takes either one of them? 2
AWMs and 1 8x, 1 cheek pad coming in. That is just gonna be 1 entire sniper for you, 1 entire AWM completed. On the other side, BTK is on the northmost edge of the island, so they have to be careful. Their backs are going to be covered because no one is going to try and no one can fight from water, in fact. But RNG is closing in on their direction, and NV is inside the circle as well. TG, they are going at it right now. RNG, they have been spotted by the players from the side of BTK, but this is going to be a 3 versus 4 fight. Who is going to come out on top? In the meanwhile, North Esports, Maxi is going to drop 1 player from the side of B list. Ninja is going to be taken out of this game, and RNG, right, Nightmare, he is going to try and spot those players.
Alright, let's see what happens out in this particular fight. Ladies and gentlemen, Deadshot takes on 1 player from our... Okay, that was something. Rogue Nation's Nightmare has been finished as we were trying to finish a sentence. The sentence could not be finished first, and that is the speed of the gun out there. Abshaw comes into the equation, takes on 1 player from TG, and Smelly Socks will be actually exiting the game right now. PES Nocto is starting his fight against RNG Venom. VFX Blade Oxy also goes down as TUF Thor comes into the equation right now. Each and every team trying to go for it. They are trying to go all in. The circle is going to leave the water areas right now, so that means the fights are going to come inside the landmark. But then look at this. Wendigo is out here with still and Uzi and Aladdin and Venom are just bleeding out as PES has a total advantage, a total control of the situation in their hands right now. RG's JD is out there. Titanium has also been taken down by Dark Soul, and that is impressive. 1 HP the dog. If a bullet just hits him, that's going to be the end, and I think he is still surviving. But on the other hand, Blacklist 2 is not surviving. Look at this. 1 HP. Helmet has been done, and he does not get any chance as Arkadians are moving in forward. Are they going to take a fight against them? I think they are going to go for it, and he is managing. He's trying to take 1 player down. Will he just go for it? No, he cannot. As Arkadians, they win this fight against Rogue Nation, but they have to see the bigger picture, the bigger fight that BTK is offering them from the other side.
But Dark Soul has already been knocked down, so Arkadian, they can have the advantage in this one. On the other side, LOU Abood is going to drop 1 player from the side of VFX Oxy, and Arkadians, they charge in towards the side of BTK. Who is going to come out on top in this one? Okay, once again, this fight is also interesting. LOU Esports, they are sort of constricted in that shed that they are in. On the other side, VFX Oxy is quite in the open area. They have Maxi, the lone surviving player from the side of North Esports, right behind them, who can come in for a third party and get free kills for himself. But Arkadians, they are losing their players slowly and steadily. TUF in from a distance is focused on the side of VFX Oxy with that Mini 14 in his hands. How much can you do? Venom switches over to the side of Scar L, and he did hear the car of Maxi in the distance, so he's trying to spot out the players from there. But moving over, we have HFD going up against squad number 5. That's going to be RS. How much can they do in this situation? HFD have already come out of a combat situation that was previously happening between them. And the 4th airdrop coming in with the MK14, the armor, helmet, and the backpack being in there. But yeah, North Esports and TUF right now. Maxi does not have any options in this one. He just has to hide.
He has to hide, but he can hide behind that rock, but behind always has an open area from the behind. So that's going to be one of the things. Teen Wolf is just trying to spot some players and take some shots, misses all of them, and is still shooting right now. Yeah, the reload comes in right now. As of the has a level 2 helmet, level 2S, and his players are also arriving right next to him. So that's going to be a really good thing. But look at this, the circle is not in their favor. 300 meters is the distance that they have to travel. They need to take everything that they can right now, and LOU's Phobia takes down BTK's player, so that means LOU is still throwing their themselves in up a fight as Phobia just finishes. Takes down Deadshot as well. So one player has done damage on 2 different players of one team, and Ghost on the other hand from LOU. The guy that did 1v4 is getting shot at from behind. TeamBTK gets eliminated out there. Arkadians players, look at them. They are spraying on LOU, and this player, Ash, manages to take down 2 players, but PES, nothing is going good for them as Venom has spotted some players, is trying to take some shots. Vegeta is low on health right now, has 75 HP, and now would like to rotate all of the area of the zone just to get inside a safer area. But this semi-hill, it has so many squads. Solo King is solo. LOU's Ghost is out there. Leon is out there, Tala and Ash for Arkadians, and TUF's whole squad is looking ready for a fight. They are fighting each other, but still, if a third party happens, I don't think there's going to be any chance. And look at this, NES's players, Maxi has been spotted, but Leon from the other side gets down as Ghost just goes on him. This guy can actually be an MVP if the squad survives till the end.
Yeah, VFX Oxy losing 1 player, now just 1 left standing. Thor, can you spot this guy out? Reaper was taken down earlier. Thor once again climbing that small hill right in front of them. On the other side, North Esports are going to take an exit as Maxi, the last man for the squad, is going to fall down and is going to be taken out of this game. TUF with all 4 players alive. Can they fight it out of this one? Leon is going to be finished off by a nade coming in on the other side. Reaper is just going to die. Ash trying to fight with a tree as a cover. Can he win this one? No, he's going to be dropped down, and that is just going to be bad for the Arkadians. In the meanwhile, LOU Esports are going to take an exit from the game. Arkadians with 3 players still alive, but one of them was just revived. On the other side, another one knocked down earlier, so Arkadians are going to be a tough situation. The blue zone has come, and Leon, he's going to heal up. Ash is going to get a revive, and he's going to heal up as well. But in the meanwhile, if the Arkadians get engaged upon, they are going to be dead in an instant. Terminator still trying to find players with that red dot on that M4, is not going to be able to connect any shots.
Team NV surviving with 4 players. Team TUF with 4 players surviving for themselves. HFD is 3 players and 1 needs a revive. Same for RSxTeamx. Other than that, each and every team has less number of players, but then they have the same amount of capabilities for a chicken dinner right now. NV's Moise, he's trying to spot some players and take some shots, but he will be taken down as Deadshot takes on 1 player, but then Arktala takes him down in an impressive spray. Deadshot once again going with that sniper. 4x, a shot can be taken, and that's going to be the end of Ark. Leon in an impressive M24 shot. I think this guy is doing wonders on the longer range, but can he just pop out some heads? He spots some players, and those 31 bullets are going to come in handy. He can go for 40. Yes, he has reloaded the gun right now. His helmet is totally done for, and out there, that's going to be something. And on the other end, Deadshot has spotted the players and is taking them out, and RNG's players are making an exit one by one. Cronus and Murtaza in this cave. Arkadians make an exit on the 8th position. 7 teams remaining, 17 players surviving, and this is going to be really, really bad as 1 player goes down, 2nd player goes down, 3rd player goes down, 3 players have been down. Envy Light can also do an impressive 1v4, and there it is. Team Tough gets eliminated in just 5 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
Envy just showing us why they are considered one of the best teams in this tournament. Wiping out 3 players with just 1 player, but look at this. Solo King, he's going to get caught off guard, and he's going to be taken out with Moise with that M16 in his hand, and that's going to be it for the real TG. Down to the top 5 teams in this tournament, and we sitting with 10 kills, all 4 players alive. The closest to them is going to be Team HFD and Portal Esports, but HFD is there with 2 players, 4 kills, and Portal Esports, they just have 1 man in this game now. Fahad from RNG, he has been caught off guard. Just 1 tree in front of him. He's going to be taken out the moment he peeks, the moment he gets out. On the other side, RS Alpha, another guy. This team has been putting up decent numbers, but can they go in? This is going to be a choke point from the side of HFD. If they go in, this is going to be a one-sided fight, and that is exactly what's happened. Murtaza peeks in, and Vilgax is going to be taken out. RS Alpha, he tries to go in. Murtaza is quite low. He's is going to be knocked down, but one more player is there. Kronos is going to be there for the revive, but the blue zone is coming in. How long can Kronos survive? Will the heals kick in? Murtaza is crawling his way in, but no, all of these guys will be taken out by none other than Envy, who wrap up kills for them. Fahad is still alive, but Deadshot slowly and steadily is charging in towards him.
4v1v1, ladies and gentlemen. The win, it can be Envy's easily. 4v1v1, it's just 4v1 after this, because these are two teams, HFD and Envy, and HFD is outside there. Look at this. He's just trying to heal himself if he can, and if he does it, I don't think so. He's going to go for a 1v4 right now, because this is looking really, really bad. He does not have a first aid, does not have a med kit. He cannot be spotted right now. What's he going to do? Will he be giving the kill to someone? Abshaw is moving forward. How many kills does this guy have? Because he has to be the maximum kill scorer right now. Deadshot is out there. Mo is out there. He can see all four players, but cannot take the shot. Now, right now, he just sits down, takes out one player as well. Is trying to destined to finish him, and that is going to be his end, as Team Envy actually gets the chicken dinner out there. I'm really happy, because that was my pick.
Yeah, you picked Envy this time, and that was a good bet, I think, because Envy, they were doing pretty well since day number 1, but today their play was exceptional.
I mean, 4 players surviving. One of their players, just went down out in this fight, because I mean, see, HFD's players, Kronos, he spotted him. He did not want to waste any time, so he was like, let's just get one kill, because what if all the 3 players, just come on him? We know that Envy just got the chicken, and let's just see who is the MVP from that team, because the MVP is gonna be Deadshot. Exactly, 6 kills for this particular guy and 723 damage. 23 minutes was the survival time. That's how long the match actually went. And look at this distance, 11 kilometers. That is the amount of rotation. See, from Novo Repnoi, if you're coming to shooting range, you are covering a lot of distance.
Yeah, exactly. From literally one extreme of the map to the other extreme, from the southest point to the northmost point of the map, basically. And Envy, with those rotations coming in, plus even with those rotations, all the teams were coming in together, so the open fights were gonna be there. And to counter all that, make it all the way towards the area of Severny and actually fight it out over there, that was just impressive from this squad. On the other side, a couple of teams that we expected to perform really well were taken out earlier.
I mean, yeah. See, those of things happen. Some of those things kind of happened and just toppled each and everything. But then let's just have a look at the players that actually had an impact aside from MVP. I mean, MVP is obviously going to be there. Obviously, Deadshot, he's going to start the day. But look at this. Envy's players are just dominating, and Ghost with that 1v4, he too is dominating out there.
Yeah, Ghost from LOU Esports. The team has been putting amazing numbers. I think Phobia was one of the last people from his squad that was alive, and he was caught off guard while rotating in towards the circle. So quite unfortunate situation there. On the other side, as you said, Envy is just dominating everyone today. But this was just the first game. We still have 3 more games to go, so we have to see whether they can keep this form going, or are they going to fumble somewhere. Because I think the target is going to be to beat what Team Bablu did, is going to be able to beat 3 chicken dinners with having 4.
I hope if a team does that, that is going to be, I mean, impressive is not even a word to just say what that's going to be. But we know that Envy had a chicken dinner. Let's see where each and every team just landed in their standings of this particular match of Erangel. As the first spot, obviously, the team that has incredible kills, 17 kills. See, that is how Bablu started their day. They had 17 kills in the first game. Envy has 17 in the first game. Maybe they get 20 in the second one. I mean, I don't know. Like, if that happens, 37 points for the team, and almost half, like 19 for HFD for the second position. Portal Esports, they landed on 4th, but right now they are on 3rd because of that kill points out there, and that makes a lot of difference. RNG goes down on the 4th one, RSxTeamx on the 5th one, LOU Esports. See, the team actually did incredibly well when the fights were happening, but still they kind of, fumbled a bit. That was like one of the situations.
But moving on, it's going to be Arkadians taking the 7th position and Team TUF on the 8th position right now. Moving on to the next set of 8, it's going to be the Real TG on the 9th, Team VFX Oxy on the 10th, North Esports is going to be 11th, Team BTK on the 12th, Nexus on the 13th, Rogue Nation on the 14th, and Blacklist is going to be on the 15th spot. So once again, alright, so Rogue Nation, even they were surviving to the later stages of the game. The fights were just not happening in the early game section, and it was towards those final I think towards the ending of the 4th circle and beginning of the 5th when the fights actually started happening, because the teams were realizing, alright, this is it, we need to get those kills now.
I mean, yeah, like that was one thing, and it also came down to the fact that in Pochinki there was no other
Yeah.
team other than Arkadians. In no one was contesting anyone's drop
Yeah.
as such, and that was like one of the things. And they had to go to the open area of shooting range, and that rotation and all, it just takes a lot out of the teams. But see, Team NV did incredible, and that's gonna give them a push in the overall standing. So why not just let's have a look at the overall standings, that where each and every team is standing after this game, because even after the chicken dinner, the first chicken dinner that they are getting, they are still at the second position, because Team Bablu, what they did in 4 games,
Yeah.
teams are about to take almost 6 games to come to their mark. So that is the domination that the team has actually shown.
Yeah, but once again, NV sitting on second, RNG is going to be on third, Nexus on the fourth, Gaming Hub on the fifth, LOU Esports on the sixth position, Portal Esports on the seventh, Team VFX Oxy is going to be on the eighth. And NV, if they have another game like this, they are going to dethrone Bablu. On the other side, moving to the next set of table, it's going to be FIME on the 9th, Rogue Nation on the 10th, 2xOfficial on the 11th, Team TUF on the 12th, Arkadians make the climb on the 13th position right now, R3D Esports on the 14th, RSxTeamx is going to be on the 15th, and North Esports is going to be on the 16th position.
Yeah, as of now, these were the top 16, but then moving on, because the table does not stop. HFD is out there on the 17th, Real TG on the 18th. Out of this, after this, see, there are teams like Freestyle, the Stars, Team HR, DFUZeOfficial, FTF. They haven't played any game, but then BTK, even after playing this game, they had a bad run in this one, so they are also, you can see that red marker on their side, like they are dropping their position points. So these are the teams from 19 to 24, respectively. But then there's going to be another set to this table, the set that is a total danger zone, and that danger zone, it takes a lot. Like there are some teams that are going to try and perform from it, and there are going to be some teams that can just crumble upon the pressure, and these are teams H2E on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. KPK Gaming, FalaQ, HTeamXRange, Blacklist. You see, the only team that has 5 matches in this set and is sitting on 29. So this team kind of needs to pick up the pace, because this is going to be kind of a high time right now.
Yeah, they need to pick up the pace, and it needs to happen right now in the last 3 games of today, because otherwise it is going to be way too late for them, and they might actually never make it into the semi-finals, which is going to be unfortunate. But on the other side, pretty much a lot of teams just are securing their spots and securing those points. And talking about chicken dinners, they do give you points, but in the end, skills do the same. Chicken dinners, it's just going to be a little bit easier for you, because you can play passive and just have one fight in the end and just win it all.
Yeah, exactly. That's like one of the things that matters, and it all comes down to the fact that where you are taking the fights. Either you are taking the early fights, or you are destined to take the late fights, and all of this, it changes the mentality and perception of the play style of the players as well.
Yeah, it does change everything. But another thing that's going to be changing everything, it's going to be Vikendi, which is going to be happening after a short break. We'll be right back. You guys stay tuned and keep watching. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Group Stages Day number 3. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk is Ocean Sharma, and the first game of Erangel is already over. We are gonna move towards Vikendi, which is gonna be replacing Sanhok for today, and it is gonna be interesting because Vikendi is the map of surprises.
Surprises, like, see, it's snow, but there's no Santa Claus. So yet there are surprises, and that's like the best thing about Vikendi. Like, you don't know where you're gonna land because the zone is gonna either form on the really opposite direction or it's gonna be 50% land, 50% water. To be honest, we casted a match. There was 30% land and 70% water as well in one of the matches. So it's kind of that scenario. But then moving on. Vikendi is famously infamous for its SMG loot as well. Like, there's a lot of SMG loot, and people tend to go for like Uzi and M24's combination as well. Like, those weird combinations, extremely long range and extremely close range, nothing in mid range, just to take the fights to the next level, to the final circles and all those things. So we'll have to see how today's fights, just pace out.
Yeah, and the reason for those pickups is probably because either you are fighting in those closed buildings or you're fighting on top of ridges where the open area sort of starts. So the long range is going to work out in those scenarios, and the short range is going to work out if you are fighting in those close range compound fights.
Exactly.
Wherein the SMGs actually dominate really, really hard. But the match is going to be live at any second now, and we will have a look at the plane's trajectory and see how it is, where the players can land. And here it is, going from a cement factory on towards port. So Castle, Podroesto, Mount Cresno is going to be available, Villa, Grozka, Krichas, Zambava, Port, Cosmodrome is going to be available. There was an incredible match that we casted a couple of days ago in a different region, wherein the circle was on Cosmodrome, and that sort of caused all the teams into a situation of chaos, basically.
Yeah, and if the players want to go from Krichas to Dobromes, so they are, obviously they are welcome to go anywhere in the circle, but then they can actually, just glide a bit towards that area. They can go to it, and there are players that just go to Volnova and Binary if they want to go to those areas. I can see Envy going to Cantra or Hot Springs or those areas, and VFX Oxy is also going there. BTK might go to Castle, or if anything like Tovar or something, some areas like that. So those areas are going to be something. RS on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, team number 5 on the screens. As you can see, they are dropping down to Villa or maybe Goroka, some areas like that. And look at this. 60% land and 40% water. Welcome to Vikendi.
Yeah, welcome to Vikendi indeed. But once again, the cluster of teams this time around is towards that southeastern peak of the island, and VFX Oxy are just on the northern side of Hot Springs. On the other side, TUF, Peshkova is all theirs. There's no one there to contest them, but Nexus is going to come in contact with another squad, and now the Uzis are going to come and play. There was a Tommy gun that he's going to pit, but HT, can they deal with this one?
There's going to be an important one because Nexus is looking really good with each and every fight that they actually take. They evolve in those fights. So we'll have to see what happens. Pika, on the other hand, on the back end, and Zulkar. I mean, this is going to be one thing. Does not have a helmet. Is still looking really good for a fight right now. But will he be taking a fight? That's going to be one of the questions, as they're just trying to stay there in those areas. Team number 16 of Nexus is actually kind of separated from one another.
Yeah.
And the other team of HT is right close to each other in just one compound. So this can be good or bad depending on how your playstyle is. If the team likes to play together, just like Bablu, it's going to be a good thing. But if the team likes to play like solo, or like one player creates an opening and then the players go in, then that can be a bad scenario. On the other hand, on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, it's NES. NES is Snow, and he has pistols and all, and they are just moving in. Amber has moved in, and I think they are going to be dropping players like anything, as they are just trying to take the players out, bait them out, and obviously, just finish them to the crates out there from team number 15.
Yeah, but all that play, the baiting can backfire as well, because now the player is bleeding out, but he is still in game, and he is able to know where the enemies are. He's still able to hear them, but the information is going to be given away. But can they use his HFD Mutsuda? He is going to be able to take Sensei out. North Esports, they are charging in the D36 coming into play. Oh no, he's not going to last for long. Mutsuda is going to be taken out in a matter of seconds, and the other two players are all that's left for this team of HFD. Coronas is going to be finished off. Sensei is going up, and he is going to get in the room, shoot him in the face, or is he going to punch him? Yeah, the punches are going to come and play. It is still the early game. You need to conserve your ammo. He hits him once and then runs away.
He was talking to him. He was talking to him.
What are you saying to him? What are you saying to him? Yeah, he is saying something.
Like,
his teammates are coming coming as well.
They're like just sitting now they're just sitting there. They're like enough of the talks right now I do the talking with my gun, and that's one thing that just happened out here. On the other hand, HT is still trying to take that fight with Nexus on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Pika and Zulkar on the houses and the grenades, and all throwables are just coming in. They're just trying to go for those grenades and all throws if they can just go for it, because this is one thing that you don't expect in the matches. All we have seen is Sanok, we've seen Miramar, we have seen Erangel, but we haven't seen a Vikendi fight in the Pakistan region right now.
And this is definitely going to be interesting because, as you are saying, we haven't seen this map. We haven't seen these teams on this map. And we do not know where they're going to drop, how they're going to rotate, how they like to fight, so how they perform on this map. But once again, the circle is in the northern area. So the teams are still looking to rotate in there. The only two teams that are in there are the Real TG and RNG. On the other side, TUF, I think that is the easiest rotation you could ask for, apart from the position that Nexus are in. But for that, they will first have to win that fight that's going on in Port Vesto. One knock coming in. Oh, Pika is going to be taken out, but Hatemim is going to be dropped as well. And now Zion, it all comes down to this man. Zulkar is going to finish off his opponent with that Uzi in his hand. On the other side, Zion has been dropped really low, drops down to 20% health. But can this man survive? Because his team is dying. Now, Soulless is the only healthy player from the side of HT. And Soulless is going to give the revive to his teammate.
But then his health is not also on point right now to take up a fight. And one more story. If Wolf actually goes down there, they are going, and Soldier has been taken down. Look at this. One player does a 1v1, but then he just chokes out on a 1v2, and that's going to be the end of the squad of HT as only one person survived. Moves in. Wolf has been taken down, and he is not stopping his spray right now as he just goes for 1v1, 1v2, and he eats the players. I mean, Nexus just won the game in this one, but at the cost of losing 2 players. That is one thing. See, Zayn had nothing to lose. He just went in. He just went all in with his guns blazing, and he just, he ate the players. He has the kill points in his advantage, but then the other team, they'll have to suffer for the whole of the game because they are 2 players short right now.
Yeah, they are 2 player shots, but now, as we say, once you lose your teammates, you go into passive mode. You just hide for as long as you can and survive to the later stages. On the other side, Arkadians and PES just deciding to use those 2-wheelers to their advantage and make the rotations in towards their teammates. Arkadians on towards the side of Hot Springs. The rotation for them is going to be pretty long, and for the teams that are there, including Envy, that's on the southern side of the map as well. Because now, once again, the circle, as you can see on the mini-map, is on the northmost side. Port is going to be one of the safest places you can be. But now, Envy, they are still looting. They are still looking for those guns that they want, for the utility that they want. Not just the throwable, but the healings as well. And I think this is the first time we've seen, we did see someone move through Castle. It was B2K that we saw a couple of minutes ago, and they were in Castle.
I mean, yeah, BTK, they just started their rotation from Castle. They just landed on those areas, and it was like a really different, weird scenario. Like, players don't go to Castle normally, but then they were trying to go for it. I mean, that's a good strategy. That's a new strategy. That's a new change if you want to go for the games, and that is one thing that we'll have to see. NES Sensei, on the other hand, he just switches from one vehicle to the other. Alright, he's just trying to take the vehicle for himself, and we'll have to see what happens in all those scenarios. As Sensei is trying to go for the loots as well.
Yeah, but looting is going to be important, but you have to get those points for yourself as well. Right now, still 15 teams alive, 52 players in game. We are hitting that 7-minute mark, and now, once again, the blue zone is going to come in. The first blue zone. From here on out, the things are just going to get harder and harder because the circle is going to get smaller and smaller. The blue zone is going to start doing more damage, and the players are going to be up close and personal with each other.
Yeah, I just like the way the snow is, as a shot just progresses out there, the Rontra, and there's just snow all around, and the sun's rays. I mean, it just feels like a vacation or something. But obviously, the players are not here on the vacation. They are here to rule this landmark of Vikendi, or each and every particular area that is just thrown to them. Be it Erangel, be it Sanok, be it Miramar, be it Vikendi, be it anything. They are just going to go for it. And LOUs goes the guy that did that did an incredible 1v4 is just moving in forward right now, and you can see the players from RNG, Aladdin, Fahad are just sitting out there. They have the players of Blacklist in their proximity right now, but then no fights, no shots are being taken as of now. So that's like gonna be one of the things. And Hamza, on the other hand, you can see on the other hand, you can see out there, and with that G36C, see, G36C is a Vikendi exclusive gun because the fire rate is slower. Because of that, you can just control the gun. But there's one thing, like, all right, people just get confused if they should be using which kind of grip on what kind of gun. So there's like those kind of confusion. So G36C is a really volatile gun. If you use one wrong attachment with the gun, one wrong grip, it can just make and or break the gun. So that's like one of the things that just happens. And Blacklist Nizam, on the other, look at this. He's just dancing, or what is he doing? He's just trying to peek, but he was not able to peek out there because the area was stopping him from them. I think he has spotted the players. Yes, he has spotted one player. He knows the location. He is going for a Molotov throw. This, oh, bad Molotov coming in for him, as the Molotov is out on him only. That is bad. That is terrible. That is just bad right now. Yeah, now I think it's good. But see, this is a waste of some bandages and some healings, which could have been utilized later.
Yeah.
Let's see how the game just actually changes after this.
We'll have to see how the game is going to go from here on out. But B-list right now, right next to RNG. RNG, if they actually spot these players out, this is just 3-man squad, and that's going to be an easy 3 kills coming in. Hamad with that G36C. Oh, he's peeking down while the player just moved on to the first floor. And because of the scope, I don't think he is able to see that. Oh,
I mean, that was the information given, but information not taken from his side, and that's gonna be, you know, an exclusive thing out there. Because what happens is now his opponent might be knowing him that he's out there, and he was actually not peeking because he thought that he was peeking on his direction. So that's like one of the things that you kind of are playing with the mind games and all those things. And NESSM is still trying to fight with the blue zone right now, is really trying to make it inside the circle. 10 minutes into the game, ladies and gentlemen, the first circle is gonna be ending in less than 30 seconds, as the first circle timing is 10 minutes and 30 seconds on the Vikendi, and that is one thing that's going to happen out here as we are slowly and steadily moving into the game. And I think Emmer is going to go for, he was going to go and see where his players are. So right now he just has that information. ROGs, Rogue Nations, the Doc, and Nightmare still trying to move in forward, just trying to find out a specific area inside the circle. That's one thing. And look at this. All the players have that polar bear set. Like, that's their uniform for this particular match.
Yeah, that is going to be a uniform. And you were talking about the fact that wearing white might just give you an edge.
Probably.
Just because you will be harder to spot out unless you're actually moving or running around a lot. On the other side, once again, coming back to the fact that the zone is going to shift again, and we have to see where it's going to... Not much. Still like 40% water in there. Port is still going to be present, and the teams that decided to take the center early on, they are going to be happy. But one person who's not going to be happy is the person that Envy is going to be collapsing upon. It's going to be Arkadians, LC, and he is just going to be destroyed. Arkadians are not going to be happy about it. This is the second time that the same player took an early exit. But at least this time he was holding a gun and just standing on a cliff. But Arkadians, they are going to get out of the situations because now Envy is one of the strongest teams that has been playing. Like in the last game, the way they played, that was amazing. But Arkadians will get out of the situation. Leon, he has been spotted, but the shots being fired with that M4 and the 3X, they are not going to connect. Look at this, 25 bandages, one first aid kit, 1 energy drink, 3 painkillers. So good amount of heal, but bandages do take a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, that is one true thing. And the second airdrop is out on the port side, AUG. An incredibly impressive gun for Vikendi. I mean, this is a really versatile gun if you want to use it for Vikendi areas, as it goes good with close ranges, mid ranges, long ranges, and all those things. But one of the things, like Arkadians, they are having a bad run today for some reason. Like Helzy is trying to take some fights. In the first game was not his, the second game was not his. So I don't know like what is happening with the player right now. But then obviously they'll have to get together and they'll have to think of it on the drawing board, because that is one thing that is needed. And Fahad once again on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, trying to spot some players. As a level 3 helmet, level 2 vest for him, has 5 first aids, which is a pretty good loot amount for him. And Hamad also on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, he's also trying to spot some players if he can. That 3-time scope previously just gave him a wrong source of information, but right now I think he has spotted him. He knows that there are players out there, and Aladdin too is trying to take some shots and fights. He has an MP5K, which is another Vikendi exclusive gun, which seems like a really good thing. And PES on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. PES, the team that has had a really good run in the first game. They came fourth and then third because of they had good amount of kills. But right now they would like to end the game on a chicken. Like each and every team wants to end the game on a chicken dinner. But it all comes down to your decisions in the later stages of the fights.
Yeah, definitely. And the AK with the 3x. But on the other side, Arkadians up next with the NV squad. One knockdown for both of them. Arkadians, Leon went down, but Deadshot was the guy who went down. On the other side, Tala is going to drop NV Moise, and that is just going to bake the situation. The 2 versus 2. Moise is going to get a revive now. On the other side, Absaw, he is still there, and Ash is going to try and blow up the car with the UMP just so NV, they do not have a way to rotate out of this. Once again, NV is there with a man advantage, and can the Arkadians fight their way out of this one? Leon has been knocked out in a really bad situation. He is quite exposed. Leon is going to be finished off by Deadshot, who was revived a couple of seconds ago. Absaw, with that nade being cooked, is he going to be able to connect, or is it going to bounce off and hit him in the face? On the other side, Ash is there, literally on the other side of the house, still using the third-person perspective and trying to peek and see where the players from NBI, and the nade is going to be thrown. Does no damage. Ash with that perfect movement is going to be safe. Absaw is going to go in, but he's going to be knocked down by Ash. Ash takes a lot of damage, is going to be knocked down instead, but his teammate is there behind him. Tala providing some cover. Moise is there with 40% health, but this is going to be a 1 versus 3 situation. The spray connects, but not enough. Moise is going to be knocked down, but with that, the Arkadians take an exit from this game by the hands of Envy.
And we had an impressive fight out in this one, and that fight was just a beauty to see, to be honest, because what happened out here, Envy on their toes, they knew that the fight was going to take a lot out of their players as well, so they were properly ready for what Arkadians were going to throw at them. And Arkadians once again having a bad run out in today's game. First their player went down, that too by Envy, and once again their player just went down. And on your screen is BTK right now for the next fight, as they have spotted PES. Previous match was also PES versus BTK. In that, BTK actually lost out, then PES had a good run. We'll have to see what happens if they collide once again in this particular game, because BTK is looking really good. They have the compound areas, they have these small houses for themselves, they have a good cover, but PES has the higher ground advantage. The circle is steadily and slowly just shifting out there. The third airdrop has the AUG as well, just like the second airdrop. Level 3 stuff once again coming out in this one, and this is gonna be on the land area, like the frozen ice out there. So that's the area where this airdrop is gonna land. So if a team wants to go for it, like RS can just go for it, as this was fairly close to them. PES can go for it, as this was fairly close to them, but will they try and rotate? Will they take the risk of taking that airdrop right now? That's gonna be like one of the questions as of now. But then Deadshot on your screen has an M24, has a G36C, is actually good with his loot right now, has just one energy drink, but other than that, he has pretty good and pretty decent amount of loot for himself. This is the zone for you, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Nexus's players are still outside the circle. There is HFD, they are outside the circle. Other than that, each and every team is still sitting inside the circle, still sitting in their area, just trying to see if they can take a fight for themselves and or not, because that is going to be an important one for each and every team to think about it.
This is going to be an important fight, and this is going to be a slow fight as well, because the circle is between Port and Cosmodrome, and as Ocean said, there are just 2 teams outside the circle, so they have to be careful as well, because once they try and rotate, they can be gate kept as well. Envy is there towards the side of Cosmodrome, and Nexus could be in trouble. TUF is moving in towards the squad of RS, but once again, these squads right now are gonna look for compounds, anything, any sort of cover that they can find, and just hide in there, because the last fight, it is gonna be an open battleground wherein you can't push in after a certain point. PS Nocto spotting other players from the side of VFX Oxy, but the information is not being given away that PS is there. Now they know, because the G36C with the 3x scope was fired, but Nocto did not hit a single shot with that. None of them connected. Oh, one shot connected on one of the players.
It took down 18 damage from the side of the player of Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is low on health, like 18 HP was taken out of him. So that was just one shot connecting out there. And this is a bad thing. See, about the ridges out here, if you hit the shot, it's gonna hit the the rock right in front of you, and that's just like one thing. But the circle is coming slowly and steadily, ladies and gentlemen. The circle is gonna shift, and that shift is gonna let the teams go out there. But look at this, Nocto has taken a lot of damage. His helmet just fell down with just one shot out there, so that's gonna be something that he will have to take care of. Is gonna go and try apply those bandages for himself if he just goes for it. And Blacklist once again taking that fight against RNG. Still they are going on those fights with one another, but the circle is commencing. The circle is gonna shift to the right hand side, so teams on the left hand side will have to go for some rotations, some minor rotations, but there will be a lot of teams that are gonna gatekeep the white area of the circle, because that is gonna be like one of the things. If you are in the circle, you have a good chance of gatekeeping that area and just, take some free kills of vehicles moving. And talking about this, I think there's one thing that is happening as LOU is trying to take down the players from Envy, but Envy Abshaw just makes it to safety. Deadshot coming in behind Abshaw, and he is also trying to go and make it to the safety. So LOU does not get any knock as of now.
Yeah, Envy just being a parade in themselves, just driving behind each other. They are going to make it, but Moise is going to be blown up in flames as LOU actually managed to connect up the shots on his vehicle, and that is going to spell trouble for the side of Envy. On the other side, BTK, they are going to be in trouble as well, but this is the good thing about Envy. You kill one of them, they are going to stop and they are going to focus their attention on you, but this could backfire as Absa is taking a lot of damage, drops down to 20% health. Deadshot has taken a lot of damage as well. Envy could be in trouble because they have RS in front of them. LOU is right behind them, and Envy could die at any point unless they fight their way out of this one, which is going to be so hard because RS, they have the cover of the Urge.
Look at this. This is going to be something as North Esports is out here taking that fight against BTK. What's going to happen as Dark Soul? No one knows his location. He's on the other area. Aladdin takes on one player from Blacklist, ladies and gentlemen. And Deadshot, Wendigo, and Dark Soul. 3 players in 3 different houses. They cannot get adequate cover. Grenade pin has been pulled, and this is going to bounce off. Well, was it cooked really on time, or is it not cooked on time? I think it was cooked perfectly, but then he goes to safety in an instant. And NES's 2 players, they have rotated. They know that the players are out there. Dark Soul just comes out of the house, is trying to take that TV. He's inside the house right now, but then Wendigo can give adequate cover to him, but that's going to be a difficult task as Wendigo has players on his side as well. You can see MP5K, 40 bullets, they can do some damage if used properly, but then will they go for it as Sensei with his M4 and out there with the G36C? All the good guns are just coming in handy. One player goes down, and Snow has been taken down by PES is not go. So PES also coming into the equation. The kill can be stolen, but will the kill be given? As you can see, PES on the other area. Zababa has become a terrifying graveyard right now as the players are just falling down. One more player from NES goes down. Emmer has been taken down out there. As you can see, Nocto is doing damage from this range. Does not have a helmet. Still does not care about it. Enemy's Light takes on one player from RS as Wilgax goes down. Deadshot, 0 bullets, will be taken down easily by Sensei. Now NES is taking fights with 2 different teams, and Deadshot just actually becomes a great player. Look at this Dark Soul. Dark Soul has been spotted, and Dark Soul has spotted one player. Right now they'll have to see if they have to move in. As you can see, Wick is moving forward. Will he go for some 1v1 fight out there as he is going out in that area? And Wick takes down BTK Wendigo. Will he finish him as the team is in danger? Snow actually gets down as PES Nocto gets his kill slowly and steadily. Sensei, will he move in? One player from BTK left. That can be the end of BTK right now as the players are moving in. 2 players barging in. 1 versus 2 situation for Dark Soul. But then from behind, PES takes that kill. Oh my god.
That was so incredible. PES with that long range AK shot coming in. Dark Soul did not stand a chance, but now North Esports, they are going to be in trouble because now they are going to be in the crosshairs of PES. What just happened over there? North Esports, they are not going to be happy about that. I'm pretty sure.
BTK Dark Soul was ready for North Esports, but he was not ready for Portal Esports. What they did is a long range 1 shot, 2 shot.
Yeah.
Before that, he could, just turn around, move anywhere. The 3rd shot was his end, and now they still see Wolverine still knows that there are players around in that area. He still knows that he can take the fight against them, so he still would like to go for it. Meanwhile, Blade, he wants to revive his teammate because that is an important thing. But he is reviving, but his head pixels are out. If anyone spots him, I think that can be his end as well. But still right now, he is good. And out there, TG's players are taking the fights. And Envy, the squad that was in a bit of a danger a while back, right now they are looking good as all the 3 players are surviving. But they lost one of their players in the car chase in that scenario by LOU, but still they are looking really good as Light, Abshot and Deadshot are looking really good. And Nexus team gets eliminated on the 13th in an upset. That is something that was not supposed to happen, as Nexus was doing really good.
Nexus was actually doing really well, but this time around, this game was just not theirs. On the other side, coming back to the situation being faced by Team Envy, they have to be really careful on that one, because RS, once again, they have the house for them. Envy, on the other side, are underneath the lower ridge. So climbing up is going to be a challenge for them, because they can be shot at any moment, and they have to be careful as to how they survive and come out of that one. But this could actually work out, and we not deciding to fight RS for the meanwhile, focus their attention on the players from TUF. Venom actually takes a lot of damage with long range M4 shots coming in handy from Abso. His armor is almost gone. His armor is gone. His helmet is almost gone. Has 3 first aids on him, so he can still heal up after a fight, but he has to be careful, because the way he shot at the players from TUF, he does not have any cover to fall back on. Where is he gonna go? If he runs straight, he is gonna be spotted by the players of TF. He goes up, RS is gonna be there, LOU is gonna be there, so they have to be careful, Team Envy, as to how they approach any fights from now. But PES Khan on the other side is going to be taken down, and that is just going to put the team at a disadvantage. Once again, PES with the 2-2 split are trying to fight out with the long range battles.
PES is in the best spot in the zone right now. That's going to be like one of the things. And one thing is, PES is already just taking long range fights, as they have a ridge for their cover, they have a hill for their cover, like in Vikendi. That's something that you should not be having out there, but still they have that to their cover. And we are about to be 25 minutes into the game, ladies and gentlemen, already, and a Groza comes into the equation as Oxy's player Blade just takes down one player with a Groza, and Deadshot comes in as TUF's Edgar has been taken down. 12 teams still surviving, 41 players alive. Oxy, look at that Groza, look at that thing, he can just wreak havoc with that on the players of ROGS. Titanium is out there, Nightmare is out there. Nightmare with just 1 HP, barely surviving the wrath of Groza from Oxy. His helmet has been taken off. He has had 1 sniper shot at that's why his helmet is at that much health. So, but still he is unfazed by it. And Blacklist Scout has been taken down by players of ROG. And his Zapshaw has been taken down in a fight as well. And LOU's Phobia takes on Solo King from TG. That is an incredible thing. And look at this, RS's Goldust White, he also goes down as Teen Wolf is going good with his M4.
Yeah, Teen Wolf is just wreaking havoc on every single one he spots. Now, who is going to be his next target? That is something that we are just going to watch and wait for. On the other side, VFX Blade, he's going to spot out 2 players. One of them has been knocked down, and Titanium is the only man left standing for ROG. He's going to be taken out, and Rogue Nation take the exit from the game on the 11th position by the hands of VFX team. But now, they have to rotate in as well, and PES, once, as you said, Ocean, they have the high ground. Literally, North Esports is going to go down on the 10th. Another good team just taking an early exit. TUF Venom, he's going to spot out the players from the side of Envy. The shots were fired from Envy on their players. Deadshot still standing, is going to take a lot of damage, and Envy was with still 1 man surviving. That's not going to happen. Deadshot was dead, and they take an exit. Blacklist is going to follow up in the next few seconds, and we are down to 6 teams from 11 in just a matter of seconds. That was so fast. This game has turned pace in an instant.
One thing, all 6 teams with all their 4 players surviving, that is one thing that is out there. Like 24 players, and each and every team has all the manpower for themselves. That's going to be something that has happened for the first time in any of the competitive matches out there, because you either lose 1 or 2 players, but in this one, all the 4 players are out there. Portal, LOU, VFX, Oxy, TUF, RSX, and RNG. The names, the top 3 names you can see on your live counter list is that they've top 4 names, they've had at least 1 chicken dinner for their team. Can they make it to 2, or will the new names like TUF and RS just stand up, as RS needs a good push right now. TUF needs a good push right now. LOU, Phobia on your screen, Abud on your screen, just trying to move in. They have 1 kill for themselves and 3 kills for the whole team. Will they just move in and barge in on the team that is PES right in front of them, as TUF is taking its fights against RS, as Goldust White just goes down. He needs a heal, he needs a revival right now. Nocto is still trying to spot some players. Aladdin goes down. Aladdin will be finished in a hint of seconds, and Ghost has been taken down. Razor on the upper edge. can spot out Khan, but Razor will be taken down as well. Abood is left out there alongside one more player. That is going to be Phobia, but if Phobia gets spotted from RNG's side, that's going to be the end of Phobia as well. But look at this, Vegeta still trying to take the fight. Wolverine is down, Khan was down, so Portal is kind of in a bad spot right now, but still with just 2 players surviving, I think they are going to be good in the game right now. Look at this, TUF is taking that fight against RS. RS Oni with own Molotov. That was so bad. Ooh. And the grenade, this grenade can do some damage. If it does, yes it does, as Wilgax goes down, and Oni will be the last player surviving, standing out there alongside one more player. Look at this, all the opponents are right in front of each other, and one more player falls short in this fight. PS Vegeta also goes down. That can actually be really bad for them, as out of 24 players, it's down to 19 players and 6 teams. Make it 18 and 6 teams as the fights have started. TUF and Oxy with all 4 players surviving. And look at this TPP, but will be spotted from the other side as VFXRange Oxy just takes down Team RS right now. And now RNG taking the fight. Wolverine got a revive, but is not on the higher edge right now. Nocto will be finished. Wolverine has been taken down. Vegeta on just 10 HP. Can he survive? As LOU's Abood goes for a third party, and Razor is the lone survivor out here in this area, as one of the players was taken down right now, and Abood is out there as well. RNG makes their exit. Vegeta is surviving. Would like to give revive to Wolverine right now. And look at that, Terminator was spotted, but no shots hit him. 14 people alive and 4 teams remaining out there.
Yeah, 4 teams still in this battle. PES in a really bad situation. 2 of the players were knocked down. Just 1 man left standing for the entire squad. Other than that, TUF, they have racked some kills for themselves. 5 kills on TUF. VFX Oxy is sitting on 4. And as I say that, RNG is going to take the exit from the game. They are sitting at 12 points in total. PES, Wolverine, the revive came in. Vegeta is still pretty healthy, so they can go for the fight up against LOU Esports. But Razor, he has his attention split between TUF and VFX, the teams that are in front of them. TUF, I think they are in a perfect spot just because of the house that they are in. VFX is quite in the open. LOE is in the open, and Portal is going to be the open as well. But Portal still has to make the way inside the circle. TUF right now are the only team that are in there. VFX is going to have to charge in. LOU Esports have to get charged in. And TUF, RS was in that compound, and Thor is going to be dropped. I was about to say this. RS was in that compound, and TUF charged in straightest position. That was a bad decision. Now Thor is going to be finished off, and Razor is just going to charge in onto the ground floor and get 1 free kill for himself. Oh, the player coming in was quite low. Razor is going to get another one. Edgar, you should have healed up before you came in. Why would you do that? TUF is in tough position, but Teen Wolf charging in towards Vegeta. Can he win this fight? Has an Uzi, and yes, he does survive with 5 health. Portal Esports was taken down. Razor once again peaks the first floor. Is going to get 1 more. 1 player remaining. Terminator, can you take this one? No. Razor is going to be knocked down. Another player from the side of LOU is going to come in, and that's going to be a team wipe. TUF, they take an exit. 1 versus 1. 1 versus 2 versus 2 situation. VFX Oxy versus LOU Esports. Who's going to come out on top? VFX Oxy. They still have 4 players with the revives coming in.
Revives are coming in. It can be a 4 versus 3 situation. Final fight happening, ladies and gentlemen. You can see a team that can have a second chicken dinner. VFX Oxy out here. LOU Esports as well, with their 3 players surviving. 9 points for them. Can they hit the double-digit mark, or will VFX Oxy be out there with the kills in their hands as the game is going to end? Which team is going to go where? As a circle has both the teams right now. Abu has spotted the players, as they know the smokes are on that side. They know their opponents are right in front of him. Rage also knows the opponents are right in front of him. Oxy wants to move in forward. Will they go for it, or will LOU Esports go for an incredible fight, the fight that they want to give? And the Molotovs are coming in handy, but it's not going to do much damage as they are out in the open. The circle does not favor any team, as after 15 seconds, each and every team has to get inside the open. The final circle, 31 plus minutes into the game, ladies and gentlemen. The final heal battle zone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it starts out here, as you can see, as the players from team VFX Oxy. Blade is moving forward, Beast is moving forward, and Rage is with just 1 HP is moving forward. Phobia was taken down out there. It's a 4v2 fight. As you can see, the circle is going out there. 1 more player goes down. That's going to be the end of the game, as just with the single player, Abood just takes down 1, is going in forward for the second player, takes down 2. Abood has taken the fight in his hands. He has taken 2 players in his hands right now, and both the players are down. The players will be doing enemies head right now, and he's just trying to pop in. And Teen Wolf, you can see he's outside the circle. 1v1. Abood is out inside the circle. Can he go for it? Can he finish him? Or will they go for it? And yes, they go for it. They did heal battle.
Yeah, Teen Wolf just stood there healing for his team, and Abud should have done the same when he had the time, when the smokes were there to protect him. But he decided to go for the hunt on Teen Wolf, and that is going to cost his team the precious chicken dinner, the 4-point difference that you get for just finishing in the first place. 6 points.
They did heal battle outside the circle. They knew the players were out there. Abud had no time as the circle just collapsed upon him. And after that first trade, he was like, he knew the information that my Uzi is going to make all the difference. And it did for the team. And that was impressive. Let's see the man who actually was behind each and everything as the MVP will be on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. VFXRange Oxy for you guys. The second chicken dinner for the team in this scenario overall. 3 kills, 275 damage, 30 minutes and 38 seconds survival time, and 11.64 meters of distance cover. That is impressive in the stats.
Yeah, 11 kilometers. I think that is a lot of time. But on the other side, look at this. 30-minute game on Vikendi. Once again, a lot of slow-paced gameplay coming in the early stages. But during the ending stages of this game on this map, it was just a war zone between all those teams, and certain mistakes being made are going to cost the teams their chicken dinners. But Envy is going to be upset about theirs as well. They were playing this one perfectly. Their fights are always on point. Envy is one of those teams that's like good with tactics. But before we talk about them, let's have a look at the top 5 players. It's going to be LOU Razor on the first position, 5 kills, 769 damage. LOU Abud is going to be second, 5 kills, 567 damage. PES Portal Esports Nocta is going to be third, 4 kills, 511 damage. RNG Hamad is going to be fourth with 3 kills, 766 damage. And NES North Esports Sensei is going to be fifth with 3 kills, 395 damage. And I'll come back to the conversation about Envy. Envy, every time we have seen them get in a fight, their firefights are always on point. But this time around, just the RNG of the game not favoring him. They could not have predicted that 2 teams are going to be there in their rotation, and they are going to be caught out in such a bad spot.
I mean, yeah, that was like one of the things that happened, and you know, everything in this match just went southwards for some of the teams.
Yeah.
And we'll just have to see in the standings of this particular match of Vikendi, like which team. I mean, obviously, they had impressive thing and 7 kills for the team right now. If LOU Esports had one more kill, they had one more kill, they would have had that first position. Because look at this. This is the importance of one single point out here. VFX Oxy gets that first position, and LOU stands up at second.
And you can clearly see it between the third and the fourth as well. Portal Esports took an exit on the fourth position, but they had 8 kills as well. 16 points in total. On the other side, TUF, they exited the game on the third position with 5 kills. 15 points. So Portal, even though they exited the game early, are still gonna be up over TUF just because of the points for the kills. Moving downwards, we have RNG on the 5th, NV on the 6th. But this is the table that you want to care about, because the teams over here, their standings in the overall standings are pretty important. Blacklist on the 9th, 6 points. Nexus on the 10th, 5 points. HTeamXRange on the 11th, 4 points. Team HFD on the 12th, 3 points. Rogue Nation 13th position, 1 point. The Real TG 14th position, 1 point. TeamBTK 15th position, 1 point. Arkadians, this and Nexus, I think these two are the biggest upsets in this game. Arkadians on the 16th and Nexus on the 10th. No one could have predicted that would happen.
That's the beauty of Vikendi. It's all unpredictable out there in all the circles. And the final circle, when you thought that a guy who almost does 1v3, that guy would end getting a chicken dinner, and there comes a guy outside the zone and just gets it for his team. That was just amazing brain power used in that one.
Yeah, but now it is going to be Miramar coming up next, which is going to happen after a short break. You guys stay tuned and keep watching. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Group Stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma, and the first two games of today have been amazing, but now we are moving on towards the third game that's going to be played on Miramar. Before that, let's have a look at the overall standings and see how the teams are doing. It's going to be Bablu sitting on the first position quite comfortably. Envy, even after 6 games, no one is able to take on Bablu. Ocean, how long is this going to take?
I have no idea. I mean, probably the next game if Team Envy just goes on a rampage and takes out like 15 points. 15 points is going to be something, but then Nexus team is on the 6th one team. VFX with that Chicken Dinner is on the 5th. Portal Esports on the 7th, and Gaming Hub is out there on the 8th position with them.
Now, moving on to the next state, another interesting situation is going to come in wherein teams are going to be making their push towards the top 8, and TUF is going to be on the 9th. FIME is going to be on the 10th for now. Rogue Nation on the 11th. RSxTeamx, they are going to be on the 12th. 2xOfficial, they are not playing today on the 13th. Arkadians on the 14th. They had a bad game in the last one on Vikendi. North Esports, they are going to be on the 15th position for now. And R3D Esports not playing today on the 16th position. But let us move on to the third quarter, which has Team HFD on the 17th, the Real TG on the 18th, BTK on the 19th, Freestyle on the 20th position, 21st being taken by the Stars Team HR on the 22nd, DFUZeOfficial on the 23rd, and FTF Esports on the 24th spot.
Yeah, but after this is going to be the area where that we call the danger zone, the red zone for this particular area. S2 you can see on the 25th, Blacklist on the 26th, HTeamXRange on the 27th, KPK Gaming on the 28th, FalaQ on the 29th, like 247, F2D and Aqua. Like all of these teams, most of them have played 4 games, but Blacklist too and HTeamXRange, like they have played 6 games as of now. So the thing out here is that even after their 6 games and all, they are still, sitting at this area. So there needs to be some of the things that, they kind of need to change with the pace as the matches are going to happen. And talking about the match, we are in the Miramar match, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to be on your screen as we're going to talk about the plane path. It goes from Torre Amara to Puerto Parasio. Los Leones, the biggest city out there in the entire PUBG map, is still present out there. El Azaha, Cruz de Valle, Campo Militar if you want to go to that area. San Martin, like Picardo is going to be a bit far away, like 1800-ish meters. But yeah, you can go to that area as well.
Yeah, Picardo is going to be a glide away. San Martin, Power Grid is going to be a glide away. Chumarcera, that's going to be a drive, a long drive. On the other side, we did see teams land at Valle del Mar. El Pozo is going to be on the extreme edge of the map, so the teams are going to avoid that entire situation. But look at this, VFX taking an early exit, are going to head towards Campo Militar. On the other side, RNG, they are going to stick to the northern part of the map as well. And Beelis, they take control of El Azhar area. But most of the teams right now are moving towards that Hacienda, San Martin, Graveyard, Picardo, Power Grid sort of a destination. But who is or how many teams are going to end in Los Leones? That is going to be my question for our audience this time.
I mean, I would like to see a fight happening in the Los Leones in the early stages. I mean, no team should get lost in that fight, but still I would like to see guns blazing out there in the Los Leones area in the early stages, because incredible fights call for incredible gameplay. Like that's a Spider-Man quote, right? No, with great power comes great. That's the Spider-Man quote.
The AWM is not it's a responsibility. That's the Spider-Man quote.
No, that's my quote. So
that's from Spider-Man.
Yeah, which Spider-Man movie has AWM in it?
The one starring Ocean Sharma.
All right, all right. So where's my MJ? That's a bit of a question. But look at this. All right, the circle is on the southern side. Los Leones is still in that area. That means Los Leones can actually be the area where the zone ends. And look at this, Rogue Nation. Look at their dropping spot on that island. That's a new area for them to play with. I mean, for me to play with, because we have seen less amount of people going to that area.
Yeah, I have hardly seen anyone land there, not even in Classics. That's the thing. On the other side, look at this. North Esports, once again, an interesting split coming in. Sensei is going to be dropping quite far away from his team. On the other side, his entire team is present towards the Los Leones area, so they are going to be quite comfortable. Once again, Envy is going to be there as well. TUF heading over towards the Chumarcera area on the southern side of Chumarcera.
Wait.
Yeah.
What is this skin? I mean, this looks like a head. This should be a head. And
looks like a peach.
Are you sure? Onion? Are you sure? Right? This is a peach, right?
Or an onion, maybe.
This is. Can we pixelate this? I'm just asking. just gonna ask like the real questions out here. Arkadians on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, out there on the screen, they are out in that Picardo area for their drop, and PES is right next to BTK on the San Martin, Haciendas, buildings, all those areas. All right, so San Martin has really good loot. It has a cluster of loot because it has quite a good buildings to get rotations from and to get loot from. But then the major factor is how you rotate from those areas to the areas where the circle is. As right now, the circle is going to be in the southern side, right?
Yeah.
That southern side rotation is going to cost you a lot because, you know, in Miramar, the road terrain is not as good as the other area. So if your vehicle is just stuck at some area, you're just stuck there and you'll have to go on foot. And going on foot, in the open areas, you are prone to a lot of headshots, a lot of body shots, a lot of 6-time sprays by amazing people that are playing out there.
Yeah, and once again, Miramar, a map of snipers, a map of DMRs, long-range combat is what you have to worry about on this one. And all those DMRs are going to come in pretty handy. One of the guns that I personally like is going to be the M24, but finding that is going to be tricky because once again, long-range rotations, the quite open rotations are going to have to made from the teams. On the other side, PS Vegeta is in a compound that is right across from where BTK are. Dark Soul, if he can spot out Vegeta rotating out of the house, he is going to be in trouble. But the good thing over there is that BTK are a 3-man squad, so PES, even if they lose one with the information, they can actually try and take the fight. But look at this, interesting, over towards the side of Hacienda del Patron. It is a huge cluster of teams. Most of the teams are over there in that area.
Hacienda del Patron, San Martin, those areas, and Los Lunes has two incredible names, North Esports and Envy. I would like to see what happens when, you know, they fight in each other. I would like to see where team number 7 is, that Los Egos area, and what kind of loot and what kind of, you know, strategies they are gonna go for. Because see, right now, the southernmost area, we have less or no amount of teams just go to that area. So I'd like to see where Rogue Nation is as of now and where they are just going. Look at this. This area of Los Egos, it looks barren. So what kind of loot can you just, you know, come out of these areas? But still, JD has an SLR, which is impressive for long ranges. He has a good 5.56 gun M4, which is impressive for long ranges and short ranges. So I think they are doing good with their loot and with the capabilities. They're getting good stuff as well. I mean, it's an amazing thing. So if anything, guys, one thing that I've learned from this is the southern area is an underrated area.
Yeah, definitely. The southern area is going to be the underrated area. On the other side, one area that's not underrated and still ignored, it's going to be Ruins. We are always going to bring that one up. But PS Wolverine was spotted out by Dark Soul from BTK, and he has taken a lot of damage. The good thing is that he has the Mini 14 in his hands that can dish out a lot of damage on his opponents. The secondary weapon that he has is going to be the Uzi for the close range duels. And BTK, they have to be careful because Portal Esports is a really strong team, and once his teammates are here for the backup, they are going to be in trouble, BTK. And as soon as I say that, Vegeta is going to come in from behind, Noctua is going to be present as well, and now BTK, they have to make sure that they're careful as to how they engage in this battle up against one of the strongest squads in Pakistan right now. Dark Soul, he is going to jump out of the house, but no one is going to spot him, and PES, just being smart and just being careful, they are going to disengage from this fight and are going to just basically abandon the San Martin area, moving over towards the mountain outside the city. But the high ground, how much cover can this provide to them? They are going to be pretty exposed from all the directions, but the trade-off is going to be that they will be able to get a lot of information from there. On the other side, ROG, they are done looting in that southern isolated island, and now will be moving over towards the main big one with those vehicles with them. But once again, they have to be careful because while rotating as well, you can be caught off guard. Talk about getting caught off guard. It's going to be HFD who get caught off by PES Wolverine with that Mini 14. Dishes out a lot of damage. Amar has been dropped down to 40% health, and he has to wait for his teammates to arrive. Otherwise, PES, if they actually charge in on time, this is going to be a slaughterhouse. And Amar, he is going to be taken out. Wolverine and Vegeta, they are in that Jeep going for the flank on the player. The Mini 14 is going to come back in again into this engagement, and Khan is going to go in from the other direction. Vegeta with that M4 in his hand, the 3X Can he connect the spray? And yes, he can. Hamar, he takes a lot of damage. Once again, falls down to 50% health. He does not have anywhere left to go. It's an open area all around him. And it's just that one shed that's protecting him. His teammates need to come in, and they need to come in now.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be an important question for this particular guy, as he is just out here all alone, and there are 4 players rushing for him, 4 hungry players that want 1 kill from his side, and obviously that's going to be his kill. So we'll have to see what happens as the rush actually just comes in, as they have spotted him once again. The 3-time spray just coming in out there as they are barging. Look at Notco. He's just moving in forward, just rushing in, and they just try and take him down. And that's going to be an easy kill for these guys, as PES opens up their portal with 1 kill right now.
Yeah, Portal Esports just go charging in for that free kill that was handed to them in an off-ground position. But once again, the blue zone is coming in. Where is the next circle going to shift? Is it going to be Los Leones? Is it going to be the northern side, Minas Grales, Las Benedetta? Or is it going to be the southern shift for that south mountain that was there? We have seen that fight happen as well in the early days, in the first 2 days. And that was pretty incredible. On the other side, look at this. Another interesting thing that's happening is that ROG Nightmare is the last one to rotate from Los Higos, from that island, and he is going to be able to get that drop that came in earlier. But on the other side, VFX Oxy, Teen Wolf, he is fighting the blue zone right now. His entire team, in fact, they were late with their rotations, and so were a lot of other teams. BTK is going to be there, LOU Esports, RNG is coming in from behind, BTK is coming in as well, and the circle is making a western shift towards Chumasera, and basically the entirety of Los Leones city is going to be covered as well. But how many heals do you have? A lot of heals are going to be wasted with this blue zone fight that's coming in from all these teams.
All right, and the circle, see, the circle still has that Los Leones area and all those areas, but then if they're not early with your rotations, early with your movements, that's going to be something. And the first airdrop has the MK14 for you, ladies and gentlemen, and that MK14, obviously, it's going to do a lot of damage in these areas, because this versatile gun, you can use an 8-time scope on this, or you can use a red dot on this and just go berserk with any kind of situation that you just want to go it with. And Arkadians on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, they have had bad games. They will try to go for good ones, and I hope this is their, you know, their map, their games or anything, because they kind of need an opening for today's games, and that's going to be like one of the things that just happens out on the screen. You can see the teams' names, the players' names, and obviously the zone where the zone is landing right now. Euphoria on the left-hand side of Ladriela, you can see they are being uncontested by. They are not being contested by any team as of now, but RS, they can be contested by VFX Oxy, as they are just moving forward from the junkyard side, and RNG will also be ready to take up a fight. But on the area of Lost, it's still like a cluster of teams, as Nexus Pika just goes on a rampage right now. As you can see, Nexus Pika was spotted by Imad, and Imad is out there with just 1 cover in the open area. Gets spotted from the left hand side. Some shots have been taken on him, and he has been dealing a lot of damage right now, and he'll be taken down as Hunk just spots him. And I think 1 kill in the open is actually a really good strategy. First, PES did it, now Nexus did it. So I think these teams are just going for a new strategy, which is working out for them, and just blasted the car as well.
This is a new strategy, but what I don't understand is why are players rotating solo this time around? Because one of the players from ROG as well is gonna have to come in solo, and his teammates are not gonna be there to protect him if he gets caught out. So that was a mistake. You should never be alone in this game. It is a team game after all, and if you are picked off, even if you get knocked down, there is no revive coming in if you are rotating alone. On the other side, VFX Oxy Blade, he spots out a couple of players from the side of RS, but they have the guy on high ground. He has the M16. The players from RS, they are rotating outside of this fight. Vilgax actually stops and is gonna cover his teammates back while they actually get away and move in towards the circle. On the other side, VFX Oxy, they are right on the edge, so the rotation is going to come in from their side as well. The blue zone closing in. How many players are going to lose their life this time around? Razor is going to be taken out by PES, but once again, TG, their sights are focused on B-List that are on the low ground right in front of them. The bot spots spots out a couple of frames from HT. The shots being fired, the blue zone coming in from behind. They have to be careful with this one. But the bot, the distance was too much, so he has to step away. And now once again, B-List is again the team in process. TUF, the spot out PAS knocked to the shots missing with that M16 Terminator, not able to hit a single one.
Alright, so out here, Goldust YT is still trying to spot some players. That 4 times M4 that could have, just come into the equation right now, but still they are just sitting out there. And Wolverine is in a bit of a trouble as Terminator was going to terminate him with his M16, but still just manages to put up some shots. Now he's on the downward area, and just look at this. Look at this cinematic with just going out in through the walls and all. Venom on your screen as you were seeing him later. They are just trying to put a pressurized PES, and on the other hand you can see 545 meters is the distance that the HTeamXRange has to go, and the running car shot, it could have, just imagine that shot would have hit, and that would have been amazing if he would have hit that shot. But right now, I mean, whatever happens for good or something, that would have been something. But the car is about to be blasted out here as the AKM comes in charging. Nexus Pika is out there and Nexus Hunk on the other side. But I think HTeamXRange is in a bit of trouble as Nexus is arriving on them, and they will like to have this fight for themselves. They will like to have these 4 kills for themselves. A Molotov comes in, a grenade comes in, and Hidam is low on health right now. He is going for the bandage application right now. Playzone takes down a player from North Esports. Sensei goes down on the 3rd circle as we are 14 minutes into the game, and another grenade, another throwables are just coming out there just so that they could deal some damage, if not in the form of health, but then mentally damage. That mental damage, that's going to be something. And Altai, look at him. The car right next to him is on the verge of a blast. If it just hits him, that can be the end game. So I think this car can actually, be some kind of a game changer or something if it happens out here. And Altair is moving forward. The circle has left the stage right now. That's going to be something. Zulkar, if he goes out, there's a player taking TPP on the other side. That is Zayn, and Pika is taking fight from the other direction. Zayn has been taken down, as I was saying. Nexus will goes down, and out here, Zulkar, the solo man, just wreaking havoc out there, but then his other players needs a revival. You can see HT moving forward. They have done the damage out there. Zulkar with that Uzi is just trying to get the players laid down for him, because that is one thing that will be needed, and the first aids can be popped up. First aids are coming into the equation as first aids will be needed. They have been popped up outside the zone. 3rd circle, once it hits, it's going to be the 4th circle, and 4th circle damage will be catastrophic. Fights outside the circle can be good, can be bad. Look at that drop shot, and drop takes down one. Altair will go down, but Hug with the grenade actually goes down for himself. That is going to be something, as a grenade just hit. Wolf's grenade hit Hung. That was really bad. PS Vegeta on the other hand takes on the fight from Basti Oxy. I mean, seriously, look at this thing now, Zulkar. This is a bad situation. Look at the zone damage. Look at the zone causing out the damage. The 4th circle is out there, and 1 more minute. That will be the 5th circle. HT's 1 player is surviving. 1 versus 4. The best choice is to run away. You have 4 vehicles for you. You need to run away by each and every moment. But on the other hand, you can see PES taking the fight against RS, as Alpha is the only survivor out there. Wolverine and Khan moving in forward. Will they move for a shot, or will they move for a revive? That's going to be one of the questions, as the grenades are still coming. Playzone takes down Nexus's Wolf. Obviously, the Playzone will be the main villain out in the fight, as they were so outside the circle. 200 meters for these squads also to get inside the zone.
Yeah, and as soon as Icarus dies, that's going to be when the first team is going to take the exit of this game. Icarus, how long can he survive? Oh no, he's going to drop down the players from the side of Nexus, but the health is so low, he's going to be knocked down, and at that moment is when we lose the first team. HTeamXRange is going to exit the game on the 16th position. Nexus is going to follow them soon. So much time wasted fighting in the blue zone. Now, the situations have turned for PES. They have the high ground against RS, but Arkadians are there in the distance on the low ground. They're waiting for a team to be caught off guard. PES, they're going to move back. RS are going to move back as well. Both the teams deciding to disengage from this fight and move into the next zone. That is right on the western edge of Los Leones. So once again, the compounds are going to play a pretty important part in these fights. Eloy Abud with that M16 is going to try and catch players from the side of RNG off guard. They are out in the open. ROG Nightmare is going to be blown up by one of the players from the side of RNG. But once again, TG up against B-List and the squad of NES. North Esports is going to be there as well. But once again, ROG versus RNG. Who is going to come out on top on this one? Because this is going to be a multi-squad fight. You are fighting in all directions. As you can see, LOU Esports and NV was right behind them. NV Apso is going to drop JD, and that is going to put ROG in trouble. Titanium, the man is left standing. The only man left standing, because JD was finished off. And Titanium, he needs to get out of there. He can't take this. He can't take the risk. His team needs to survive to the later stages. On the other hand, Apso is just going to get one more kill for himself.
Yes, as of now, and look at this, ROG Titan is just moving in forward. He's moving into the harm's way as BTK was right in front of him. Arkadians, Ash on the other hand, look at this. PES taking a fight for themselves. PES throwing all the grenades, everything that they can go for. And BTK Deadshot goes down, but then Titanium actually makes out an exit. And Ark Leone just sitting out there. Spots one player. He has taken on one player from PES. This is going to be looking bad for PES right now. But then one of the players, Leon, just goes to the safer end. And Khan's kill just goes out. Ash's kill will go out as the kills are being stolen by Oxy. That is an impressive strategy, but look at this. Halsey, the guy that was out there to make a difference, that could not do, actually takes on one player out there, is going for the second, and one player actually with a 1v3 eliminates the whole squad of PES.
And it was Arkadians, Halsey, the man who took the first exit, the man who took early exit to the first two games, is the man responsible for wiping out an entire squad by himself. This man has 2 games worth of sort of gameplay to prove for himself now, and he is indeed putting up an amazing performance right now. Those points for the Arkadians are going to be pretty important, because now he is the only man left alive for his squad, and he is going to fight the blue zone now. The rotation should come in on time on the other side, and we Apsa with the M4 in his hand is going to spot the players from the side of RNG. Rogue Nation in his crosshairs. Can he get those picks? They are out in the open, so it's going to be an easy fight for NV, who have the high ground advantage with them. But talking about having advantages, one thing that gives you an advantage is going to be the M249. But once again, as Ocean said, the game teases you. It comes with the extended quick draw for the snipers.
Yeah, it comes with a sniper pack. And I mean, using a sniper thing is good, because these kind of areas are suitable for sniper fights and all. But then, alright, PES had an exit. What about LOU and NV, as they are trying to fight with one another right now, ladies and gentlemen? Fifth circle is coming to a close as 7 more seconds left for the fights. We'll have to see what happens in these kind of fights. BTK Darksol goes down as TF Edgar actually takes up a fight on that. So that means big names are being taken out by the players that were not making an impact before. RNG Sketch takes down TVF Terminator as well. Currently, Team Envy is in a good spot with 2 kills for themselves. And look at the TVF Venom, so low on health, it will be falling down right now. Edgar is using smokes for himself. We'll have to see what happens out there. And yes, Hammer actually takes on one player, but then he has also gone down. And yes, Wick is trying to go for it as they have spotted B-List Ninja, Blacklist Ninja, a grenade. The pin has been pulled. The pin, the 5, 4, 3, 2. The throw has been done, but the throw will not be enough. I think on the other side, yes, the bot goes down as the fights were happening. And yes, Wick goes for one prey, takes down one, will not be able to take down 2 as 3 players just barges on him. And Thompson, that is a different strategy.
Yeah, that is a different strategy for the uphill battle as well. And NES Snow from the top of the mountain is going to be able to provide his teammates with cover. But one thing he cannot do is going to go for the revive. Oh, he's jumping down, but the drop is going to do damage. He jumps down perfectly, climbing down the mountain. And now he has to fight in a 1 versus 3 situation. Can he do that? Spots out one, but misses the shot. A little too slow on the reaction. Ninja takes a lot of damage, but the damage was straight. Snow is sitting at 60% health, but can he take this one? Once again, 2 players in the compound. One nade can do the trick. Jump spots one, is going to fire those shots. Shots missing, goes for the reload. Teammates come in for the revive. Wick is getting the revive, but I think the information is going to be given away to the enemies, but they are not doing anything as well. Oh no, one steps out on the balcony. He's going to be knocked down. The other one is going to come out, and Snow comes for the drop shot. He's going to be taken down, and that is going to be the exit of North Esports from this game of Miramar. BTK follow up soon down to the top 6, 21-minute mark.
14 people alive, ladies and gentlemen. 6 teams surviving. Who is going to have a chicken dinner? RNG had their chicken dinner in the first Miramar game that happened yesterday. So we'll have to see, can they actually go for it, as LOU Esports make out an exit on the 6th position with 0 kills in their hands. Envy is also looking forward for an incredible gameplay. But look at this thing. The circle does not hold any team, any player except Envy Psych. What's going to happen? Aladdin is moving forward. Moise is so low on HP. A grenade can do the trick right now. Deadshot is still trying to spot some players and pop some heads as Arkadians Helzy, the player that did 1v3 with Nexus, he is actually out there. What's gonna happen out in that situation? We'll have to see. Blacklist is ready, RNG is ready, Team VFX Oxy is ready for another chicken dinner, but then they just have one player surviving alongside Arkadians as well. What's gonna happen? Aladdin with just a red cover won't be enough as Hamad just drops down, goes down. It's just down to 2 players of RNG. If they survive, that's going to something as Hamad's kill goes to Moise right now. Moise is looking really good, really confident, and Aladdin, look at this, really close to Abshaw. Which player is gonna spot which player? But then you'll have to remember, if you spot someone, then they also can spot you. If you shot someone, then they can shoot you as well. Abshaw, he has the information. He knows there's a player just right in front of him. So does Aladdin. A Molotov comes in. Molotov was really close right now, but it gives chance for Aladdin to go to the right direction, but he will be spotted. Drop shot will not do anything out in this ridge area. That was a bad drop shot right now, but then he reloads his gun, goes backward. This is going to be something. Once again goes for a drop right now. I don't know why he's going for a drop. So look at Absaw's health. He is being third parted from the other direction by B-List Ninja, and NV site is so close to B-List Ninja, but still he is not using anything. A grenade, this grenade can do something. If it hits him, then it's gonna do something out there, and it was so close of him, but still 1v2 situation, and a grenade comes in from his side. Will it do something? I don't think so. As of now, it does not do any damage. Abshaw still surviving for himself in this 1v2 situation. This cat and mouse spray just coming in both the directions.
Yeah, now Abso was quite separated from his teammates, so he has to be careful as well, and he's quite in the open. So his teammates are not going to be able to revive him. They are busy in the other fights as well. Envy still surviving with 3 players on their squad. On the other side, RNG is still in this game. Team VFX Oxy with 1 player, Blacklist with 1 player, Arkadians with 1 player, that's Celsi. And if Envy and RNG actually take one of the other out, that is just going to mean that whichever team of these two comes out on top has a man advantage against the other. But Absa is going to be taken down by Sketch with that M4 spray connecting. Sketch was dropped down to 50% dead. On the other side, Arkadians, they are going to take the exit as their teammate falls down to the play zone. Deadshot gets knocked down by Venom. Just 1 player from the side of Envy is left standing. Can they actually get the chicken dinner in this game? It's going to be a hard question, because in a bit, it is going to turn into a 3 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1. Which team is going to come out on top? Even in those situations, we have seen those 3 players mistakenly just helping out the solo targets. And Deadshot is going to be finished off. VFX just getting those extra kills. Actually, that was a kill steal, because RNG was the team that knocked him out.
Exactly, and this 3 versus 1 versus 1. RNG has the numbers game. They have the kills game in their favor. But Envy with those 7 kills, and Absol, look at him, he's just out there. A blade can actually go down if the zone actually commences, because the only team inside the zone, the only player inside the zone is going to be Venom right now. He's at the center area. Apart from him, no player, no team, no one is just ready to contest him right now. As the circle commences, ladies and gentlemen, players have to get inside the zone right now. Will they make it or will they not? As Blacklist 2 is outside the circle already. We'll have to see what happens. Look at Aladdin moving in forward. They can spot Oxy. Will Oxy go for a 1v2, or is that not going to happen? Blacklist gets eliminated as Scout goes out, and he is just done for. Sketch takes down Envy Absha and RNG's. Aladdin goes down by Oxy, but that will be the end of Team VFX Oxy right now. 1v3 situation almost. I mean, the revive can come in handy. After that, it will be 1v3. Envy, can this be their chicken dinner, as Psych is the lone survivor? The smoke on his left, an incredible strategy. I think he has spotted 1 player. Yes, he has. Yes, he has spotted him on the left-hand side. But will he or will he not go for that YOLO strategy right now? Because he has nothing to lose. He is the solo survivor. Both of the teams have 8 and 7 kills for themselves. Sketch has found his location, and Sketch has given the enemies a head mark, as Venom is also looking in that area. But are they going to charge in 1 by 1, or are they going to go in all 3 at 1 position? Because you can see Envy Psych does not have the zone to them. The zone is slowly and steadily coming, and a grenade ends everything.
A grenade from Sketch is going to end Envy Psych's life, and he is not going to be able to do anything. He's not going to be able to happy about it. But the fight was played to perfection from his side as well. He was in the zone, did not have that much distance to cover, was hiding in that warehouse. Just the disadvantage being that he was in a 1 versus 3 situation. I mean, we started our day with a 1 versus 3 finish in another region, and that was just incredible. But once again, those fights are quite difficult to pull off, and depending on which terrain you are fighting on, could actually decide whether you win it or not.
I mean, but one of the most important things is RNG won yesterday's Miramar.
Yeah,
and they win
this time
today's
again.
Miramar as well. Let's just have a look at the MVP, the person who was behind each and every strategy out there, because the guy who will be having the maximum kills is going to be out there as Venom from the team RNG. Has 4 kills for themselves, 693 damage, 25 minutes of the survival time, and 10 kilometers of the distance has been traveled out in this one, which is impressive, to be honest.
Yeah, it is impressive indeed. Once again, because this team has put up an amazing performance twice in a row on Miramar, and that sort of makes you question whether is this the map that they are just going to dominate, and you are not going to see any other team win this one when they are playing.
I mean, exactly, and I would like to see what happens. Like, because see, this team did decent in the first match.
Yeah.
This team did decent in the second match. But whenever it's Miramar, it's like the Ridges call them for themselves, and Ridges is like it's a really good thing for them to actually survive. And look at this thing: 4 kills for Venom, 4 kills for Sketch. And then there's Snow as well from North Esports. I mean, North Esports had kind of an early exit, but still the guy surviving out there with 4 kills, that seems like a really good thing. And Halsey, he did 1v3 out there, so that's why he is just sitting out there. And Envy, Absol. I mean, if it's Envy, if it's Absol, the guy who is actually slowly and steadily just going for the maximum kill number, he's just still just making his team proud out there.
Yeah, strong player from a strong team, just proving a point in every single match he plays. Just get multiple kills for himself, or either sets up his team for success. This time around as well, Envy finishing second in the standings in the game, and that is going to be important for them, because now they can actually charge in slowly and steadily towards that first position spot from Bablu. But we still have to wait and see for those overall standings, as in how many games do you need to take over Bablu? I mean, they were getting a lot of points in this, they have only played for 1 day. But before we do that, let's have a look at the standings for match number 3 that was played on Miramar and see how the other teams did. RNG on the first position, 30 points to them. Envy is going to be on the second spot, 21 points. But look at this, Arkadians, third. They exited the game on the 5th position, but 5 kills to the squad, so 12 points, move up, jump up basically. Team VFX Oxy is going to be on the 4th position, 12 points. Blacklist on the 5th, North Esports on the 6th, BTK is going to be 7th, and Portal Esports on the 8th spot right now.
There's a team that ends on the 8th spot. This was kind of a different scenario, as Portal Esports had that exit, and LOU Esports, this was the thing. They had 0 kills in all over. This is the first time I've seen LOU Esports go without any kill, and that just puts them on the 9th spot. Nexus on the 10th, RSxTeamx on the 11th, the Real TG on the 12th, Team TUF on the 13th, HTeamXRange on the 14th, Team HFD on the 15th, and Rogue Nation had the first exit on the 16th spot for them.
Yeah, but once again, how will these points transition or add up into their overall standings? That is one thing that we are going to see in a couple of seconds. But before we do that, the performances of certain teams, and once again, just like on Vikendi, on Miramar as well, the strong teams took an early exit this time around as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was like one of the things. But then just let's have a look at where Envy is standing with the 2nd position, where RNG is, because the overall standings are going to be on your screens. And finally, not just 1, 2 teams finally.
Wow, did not expect that, yeah.
Exactly, no one, I mean, I did not expect that, to be honest. Envy is out there on the 1st because they have had a consistent run. 1 chicken for them and 122. See, it's still not a lot of differences. If Bablu plays, they can just, I mean, they might be needing 1 match only to just go for that. But then look at this. 1, 2, and 3 have 1 chicken, 2 chicken, and 3 chicken for themselves respectively. RNG is out there with 119, Bablu on 116. Team VFX Oxy is also coming up on the 4th position for themselves. LOU has dropped down on the 5th. Nexus on the 6th. Portal Esports on the 7th, and Team TUF on the 8th position with 61. 122 and 61. Like half the distance has been covered in just the first 8.
Yeah, and Bablu is the only team in the top 8, in fact in the top 3, that has only played 4 games. Apart from that, everyone else is sitting at 7 games right now, and only 2 teams somehow managed to surpass Bablu. On the other side, moving on to the next section, it's going to be Gaming Hub still sticking to the 9th spot right now. Arkadians step up this time. They are going to be 10th with that last game. FIME is going to be 11th. North Esports on the 12th. Rogue Nation on the 13th. RSxTeamx on the 14th. 2XOfficial on the 15th. And R3D Esports on the 16th. Moving on to the next table, we'll get to see the third quarter and see how teams are doing. Team HFD on the 17th, BTK on the 18th, the Real TG on the 19th, Freestyle on the 20th position, Blacklist on the 21st, the Stars on the 22nd, Team HR on the 23rd, and DFUZeOfficial on the 24th.
Now I would like to see from 25th to 32, is there any team that has still played 7 games and is in the danger zone right now? As you can see, HTeamXRange, they are out there with their games, and that's going to be like one of the things, as they are on 27th still. Like all the other teams, FTF, H2E, HTeamXRange, apart from HTeamXRange, KPK, FalaQ, 247, F2D, and Team Aqua, they still have a chance to come back stronger because they have played 4 games for themselves. So once their games will be starting, they will try to get back into the equation of the games. But till then, there's just one thing that HTeamXRange needs to pick up the pace for themselves overall.
Yeah, once again, they need to do that, and they need to do it fast because the games are running out. Today is day number 3. The group stages are 6 days in total. So half of the matches that you had to play are already gone. After this, how much can you push? How hard can you push and make yourself go into the top 24 just so you can qualify in the semi-finals? And from there on out, you will have to land in the top 16 to make it into the finals.
Well, like that is one simple thing, because it's always that filtration that just goes on. 32, 24. Like previously, firstly it has been thousands of teams. 32, 24, 16. Maybe just obviously one person's going to lift the trophy. So yeah, it's that till the end. That's the one thing that's going to happen. And for the first time, obviously, because if you can remove Bablu from the first spot, you can obviously remove them from the highest damage dealers, and almost 3,900 by Absaw. That is incredible. And 2,800 by Deadshot. These people, these 2 players, have done incredible work for themselves, to be honest.
Yeah, they have done incredible. They like to fight a lot, and Absaw and Deadshot, 2 veteran players for the team, are just stepping up big this time around. On the other side, third position be taken by Hamad from RNG, 2,700 damage, and Bablu, they fall down rapidly as Ghost is going to be on the 4th position now, 2,700 damage, and Nexus Hunk is going to be on the 5th, 2,700 as well. So the difference is not that big between all these players, apart from the fact that Absaw is 1,000 damage over anyone in this top 5. But once again, note to the fact that Bablu is not playing today. They have just played 4 games, but still the squads that are playing today, they just have one more game to go. It's going to be played on Erangel, but that is going to happen after a short break. We'll be right back. You guys stay tuned and keep watching. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Group Stages. Today is day number 3. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk is Ocean Sharma, and now it's time for the last game for the day.
The last game for the day, Erangel, and it took 7 games for the for the other teams to get to that point where Team Bablu was. In the break, I was thinking about it. It was like the moment, to be honest, not gonna lie, it was like, oh bhai, maro mujhe maro, right? That was the scenario that it just went overall.
Yeah.
4 games by one team, 7 games by the others. If you see, like, there's a balance sheet or something, 4 games on one side and 7 games on the other side. That's the domination that Team Bablu still had. They had an impact on their player on all the other squads, 31 squads. They had an impact on 31 different squads.
And the impact was so big that the effects could be seen on the days that they are not even playing. So that is pretty impressive from the team. But once again, some of the teams, NV, RNG, they actually made their way over Bablu. But can they actually get a lead big enough that Bablu, when they play, they fumble up a little bit and then they have to leave their first spot.
Exactly.
But for now, the last game on Erangel, it is live. Let us have a look at the trajectory. It's starting from Stalber and heading all the way towards Gatka and the northern Quarry area as well. So Yasna, Stalber, Severny, Shooting Range, Prib, Rozok School, Pochinki, Ruins, Georgopol, Gatka, they are going to be available on the other side. Lipovka is going to be a drive away. Milta is going to be quite far away. Military Base and Novo are going to be far away as well.
Yeah, exactly, and it just depends on how players would like to play, because NV likes to go to the area of military, Novo Repnoy area. So will they go to that area? I mean, will they find a vehicle, or do they have a secondary drop just thought of for themselves? We'll have to see. North Esports Vic is dropping down right now. TG Zimad, you can see they are dropping down right now, and VFX uncontested in their drop of 1 player goes to the northernmost area, 1 goes to the Kameshki, and 2 players loot in the Stalber area. That's a really split and a really different drop from other teams that they are that they go for. RNG, the squad that has had Miramar in their hands, we'll have to see if they can go for the Erangel as well, as because this is going to be the final match for today, ladies and gentlemen. The final match that decides if NV just stays at the top, or will RNG go and contest them to end their day on the flying colors of the first position. We'll have to see what happens, as a lot of questions need their answers. Look at this thing. NV are going for a split draw, but I think they are going to find vehicles and once again go to the Novo Repno area, and the circle is quite good.
I think they are going to have to question that decision that they are making. On the other side, Psych is actually heading towards the school Rozok area. So that is going to be tricky because there are a lot of streams over there. On the other side, most of the cluster is towards the school Rozok Pochinki area and the eastern side of the map where Lipovka is located. Lipovka and Mansion sort of a section. VFX, Oxy, I think they have the safest location for them. That is going to be the Stalber Kameshki split that they are trying to pull right now. On the other side, once again, as I was saying about NV, usually they like to go towards Novo, but I think for now they are going to have to pick a spot closer to the circle. On the other side, if they actually go to Novo, that's just going to be a lot of free time, but during that free time, it can be a lot of kills that they miss.
Exactly, that's going to be like one of the things that happens. And on the Yasnaya side, ladies and gentlemen, you can see BTK out there, the team that is having a not so decent run today. But then there is Nexus. They got eliminated early in one of the matches, but on the other matches they have dominated and just dominated, as Wolf is out there, Hunk is out there, Zulkar is out there, and obviously Pika, the guy who is just raining terror all over the maps. If you can give him any map and he's just bringing results for the team.
Yeah, Nexus up against BTK. Who is going to come out on top in this fight on Yasna Poliana? That is going to be the question. But on the other side, AST Icarus has an M16 in his hand, but the downside is that he is right in front of Arkadians. The information is going to be relayed to his teammates that there is a squad present. I've spotted out a couple of players, but now he has to be careful. Zen is there for the fallback, but could this be an early exit for one of these teams? HT, they are not doing too great. On the other side, Arkadians are going to look to make their push into the top 8. Arkadians today has been okay-ish for them. They have earned a lot of points. On the other side, Halsey, he did not perform that great in the first 2 games, but in the last game, game, the man was responsible for an entire squad wipe in a 1 versus 3 situation. Icarus is going to go for the peek on the side of this house, but is not going to spot anyone out. Now, once again, the rotations are going to come in, but with those rotations, it's going to be the noise for the footstep that is going to be handed over to Ash.
I mean, this is going to be something out here. Like, the squads are ready. The squads are ready to fight. And Ash, as you said, is on the, in the first most area of the engagement if that happens. But then HTeamXRange, I would like to see one thing, because this team is trying to do good, but is failing on some aspects. As you can see, Hatham, he has spotted Talha, but he hasn't spotted the player in that is Leon on the triple story. So that's like one of those things, like you need to be aware of all your surroundings if you want to go for a fight, because you can spot one player, but what if 3 other players spot you? Like, that's like one of the things. And look at this, Titanium is trying to go for some shots. Are those fun shots, or have they spotted someone? That's going to be like one of the things. I think they have spotted someone, and that's going to be someone from TG, as their players are trying to go from those areas. And Mini 14 coming into the equation and drops down 1 player. Interesting, drops down 2 player actually on the moving vehicle. 2 players just went down like that. That was more than impressive.
But the Mini 14 is going to go for the finish as well. And TG Solo King is going to take the exit from the game. The bot is quite low. He was revived, but the heal is going to come. And all he has in his hand is the Uzi. But for long range is the Uzi. You have to be really, really precise with the weapon. The nade is going to come in, but it's going to miss its mark. The bot somehow manages to just juke it out. On the other side, the rotation from the squad is coming in. The bot is going to be dropped as well as Nightmare with his VSS. Is just going to be the Nightmare to this player. Smelly Socks is going to be the backline for his team with the Scarl in his hands. The team TG, they do not have the weapons or the ammo or the heals required to come out of this fight alive. Another player dropping. Mad was taken down as well, and that is just going to leave 1 man left standing. Smelly Socks, he is still trying to take the fight with the Scar L. Misses all the shots, no damage given. Nightmare with that VSS is going to try and spot him out. He does. The shots being fired drop the player down to 40% health. Switches the gun to the barrel with the 2x, but the range is just not there on him. And once again, Smelly Socks falls back, but the rotation is coming in from the other side as well. You do see the car where Titanium is coming. He has to be careful. Can he survive? Can TG make it out into the first 6 minutes, or are they going to be eliminated? Madh is bleeding slowly. The bot is bleeding slowly, but Smelly Socks is the focus for the side of ROG, because if they get him, it is going to be the team wipe coming in. But no, JD is going to be dropped. Titanium is downstairs with the Uzi. JD is coming down, but Titanium is still using the third-person perspective. Smelly Socks dishes out some more damage. The Skyle, is he going to run out from the outside? Nightmare once again with the VSS is going to finish him off. Oh no, it was the barrel that did the job this time.
But incredible game sense coming out of that guy. He was like, I can take TPP, I can use my first aids, but then the player from outside like, I got you guys, I can actually help you out from this area. And now they're just going to feast on the loot. Obviously, they'll be getting 1 first aid, they'll be getting some bullets out of that area, and obviously would like to move to the next fight that just comes into for them. But look at this, RNG Aladdin, RNG Venom just sitting inside one house of that George Pole-ish area, like the backside of George Pole, the forbidden city of George Pole, where they are right now. They've been having good loot right now, but then all that matters is when they'll start rotations, when they'll start moving, because right now they're in the circle, in the zone, right, as such. But if the zone just leaves them, that will be bad. And on the other hand, I think Yasnaya is a hub for fights, as BTK has engaged from Nexus as one of the players goes down. You can see out here, the cover is coming in. The smokes have been popped up just to save 1 player, 1 precious player, as each and every point counts. And I think Dark Soul, he can engage with Wolf. He's really close to them. Wolf taking the TPP, Dark Soul taking the TPP. Alongside, the separating them is 1 single area, and Hung spots 1, but Deadshot goes for it. Deadshot takes down 1, but out there, Deadshot was ready for a fight, but there were 2 players that were out in the engagement. 1 player left, Wendigo, the solo survivor from the team BTK. Will he go for a fight? Yes, he does, but he is just trying to go into the safety area, but that will be the end of team BTK as Nexus survives to see another day. The revivals will come in, and I think Nexus will be so happy with their performance right now.
Yeah, early exits for a lot of squads coming in too. In fact, this game is just filled with aggression, and that is something that I think all of our viewers are going to appreciate, and they are going to love this game. But once again, the blue zone is coming in, and what is that? Envy did actually go all the way towards Novo, but Psych actually stayed behind and is going to stick around towards the edge of the circle just so he can protect his team from being gatekept. Oh, Arkadians, they're going in on HT. Halsey, he's coming in. Soulless is isolated because Ash is in there with Halsey, and Soulless with that Uzi can dish out a lot of damage in that close range combat. But HT, they are in trouble. One of their players has already been knocked down. Ashes is going to go in. He has an Uzi himself, but the damage being traded was just not enough. Soulless is going to drop 2 players from the side of Arkadians, and I think he's gonna go for the finish as well. Arkadians, the situation was in their favor, but now they are in trouble as HT are just wreaking havoc on the entire squad of the Arkadians. Leon from the other side. This is an Uzi fight. This is the battle of the SMGs.
Look at that, look at that, look at that. He has also been dropped as Tala was going for there, and Halsey has been taken on. Leon, just a solo survivor, has Uzi for himself, would like to come up. I think if he goes on that area, on the top edge, on the roof, he can actually have a good area, good angle. But PES is coming in. The third parties might happen. PES actually is, yeah, they just went away. They were like, we don't want a part of this right now. But one thing is that HT, for the first time, I'm seeing them in an aggressive state, and that's a good thing. But then Halsey has been taken out. It's all down to Leon. Will Leon go for a fight? Will Leon just change everything for the team, or will it or is it gonna be on the other side? But then look at this, NES North Esports being engaged in a fight right now alongside their rivals as RS is trying to move in forward. They spot one player. Oni has spotted one player, 2 players, 34 bullets in his gun right now. Takes down one, but will be taken down in the engagement as Wick will be there to revive. And one thing, why is Oni so upfront when his players are so far behind of him?
Exactly. Ness, they have to finish him now to get the free kill for themselves and then get out of here. Because the other players from the side of RS, they are going to come in at any given moment and they can cause so much trouble. Vic is going to go around that ridge and Oni is going to lose his life. The 3 players from the side of Ness actually do the job, but still, Oni dropping 1 player from North Esports, and the healing utility that was pulled out from their side is going to cause trouble in the next one. Vilgax with that Car 98 can actually spot the players, and if he lands those shots, NES is going to be in so much trouble. And Leon on the other side is still fighting with HT is going to drop 1 player from that squad, turning the battle into a 1 versus 1. How long can Leon survive in that situation? That is going to be a question that we get the answer to once we go over to that fight or the kill feed kicks in.
Yeah, and that shot, I thought that it was a K9 shot that just landed out there, but PES Wolverine is doing wonders with his DP28 spray that is just coming out there. And RNG sketch on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Now he's going to go for a wiser choice, and that's going to be using a buggy to rotate and move and take his player with him. And yes, I think they are going to go for it. And that was a sad, desperate thing out there, because Vegeta needs that kill. So that's one thing that he'll have to go for. He had to blast the car for that. So that's like, there's a desperation for the kills in the players right now, as each and every kill matters and each and every kill counts. Obviously, you cannot just let your kill go away to someone else if that is going to be one of the things. And PES right now just trying to move in, as Nocto is out there looting out the crate that they just formed of ROG's JD, and Vegeta is also moving in forward. The second airdrop has the Groza with an extended quick draw mag AR. It's a really good deal. I'll take it any day. But then we'll have to see which player is gonna get his hands on Groza and all those level 3 stuff that is just coming out in that airdrop. On the other hand, it's a pretty centralized zone right now, but the zone is slowly and steadily shrinking as the players will have to go for the rotations. They'll have to go for the movements. They'll have to find a good compound inside the zone, as they'll have to pick up the fights and have to be in the safer edge, a safer area. And one player that is still trying to survive is Leon from Arkadians. His team has been taken down, but he is still out there, is still breathing for the team as of now. And RS is they are not taking the fight. They lost their player, but still they are not worried by it. They are just still trying to move into some other directions. The zone goes for a centralized shift right now.
Yeah, the zone once again towards the Gatka Pochinki region. It is going to be pretty important, because once again, open area fights seem to be the trend of the day. And RS Goldust, he is going to take those long range shots. Oh, look at this. Leon, he is still in this. Soulless jumps out of the house. Is he going to be spotted out? Leon, he is on top of the greenhouse. But Soulless goes for the flank. He is trying to wrap around. He's trying to get a high ground for himself as well. Leon is going to switch the roofs and jumps over to the other side. But once again, the two weapons that he has right now is going to be the Uzi and the Tommy gun. Tommy gun can actually do wonders for him right now. But once again, for that, he needs to spot out his opponent. Soulless is being a little careful. Has the M4 with him. Once again, he started this fight with an Uzi. Now he's an M4. The assault rifle is going to be brutal if Leon actually gets caught out and the shots manage to connect. Leon is going to fall back a little bit. 1v1 situation. Started out with a 4 versus 4, turned into a 1 versus 1. Who is going to come out on top? Which of these two teams is going to be taken out? Both the players are there with 3 kills. They have killed 3 players from each other's team, but now just solo players surviving. On the other side, TUF going at it with VFX, Oxy, managing to rotate from the Kameshki area. Now are here towards the Ghatka region.
I mean, that seems really good. Like that rotation was important for the team, and reaching out here safe, making a safe spot in the zone seems like a good thing. I mean, the players have been spotted. As you can see, Edgar is trying to spot some players. If he just sees a pixel, he'll go for the shot, and that shot is gonna cost some precious lives from Oxy's side. But as of now, Venom, he is also safe, and both the squads are safe. They are in the close proximity, so this is like that the standoffs that happen. The players know the location, they have the information, but then they are not going for the shoots as of now because they have a safer area. They don't need to rotate. They don't need to go for that the formation of fight that can either, I mean, they can get 4 kills, but what if they lose even one of their precious players? That can just cost them the entire match as well, because you never know what situations can come in, what situations can kick in. RS moving in really close to TUF's Terminator on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, if you were as you just saw. So it's like 3 teams in close proximity out in these areas, but which team is gonna land up strong? That's gonna be like one of the things that happen, because the zone is gonna come in just less than 20 seconds, as 15 minutes 30 seconds will be the mark when the 4th circle starts for the teams to just barge in and to get to a good and safer area. But as of now, these teams are safe. Some of the more teams are safe, but then there will be teams from which the zone is gonna move away. And when the zone moves away, as you can see, team number 13, Oxy, the zone is not on them. So if they have to make a good impact for the final battles and something, they'll have to get inside the vehicles. And I think the call has just arrived. And this sewer area is where the team of RNG is, the team that has dominated the previous game. Can they just do the same in this one? Let's find out.
Yeah, this is a weird location, but talking about weird thing, it's going to be the M249 coming with the extended quick draw mag for the assault rifles, the level 3 vest, the helmet, and the backpack all coming in together with this airdrop number 3. But as I was saying, the sewers, you have to be careful because nades, molotovs are pretty effective in those compounds. You are pretty much fighting in a corridor once again. But PS Vegeta is going to be knocked down. TUF, they rotate out of that area as well, and the other team that they were fighting, VFX Oxy, is going to be right behind them. But Envy Deadshot being taken down. Moise has been taken down, and it is just Psych who is left standing. How much can he do? Can he pull his team out of the situation? One after the other, the players are going to come in for the revive, but the nade is going to drop one of the players. Moise, it was a blast coming in. Yeah, it was a blast.
Stole the kill. Like, thieves are coming in out in these areas, but whatever works, it works for the players out there. We'll have to see. HTeamXRange gets eliminated as the Pochiki fight has been won by Arc Leon. That was incredible. And LOU on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, the team that has done incredible job but is trying to fall short right now, as RNG can actually stick them out. You can see on your screen as the damage is being done pixel by pixel, shot by shot. 30 bullets make it 47 right now. And this area, LOU's 2 players, Ghost and Abul, both the players have the capabilities. Both the players have done 1v4s and 1v3s in the previous matches of today, but can they pull off a miracle right now as they are caught off guard? One player is low on health from LOU. He has been revived right now. He needs to heal up, and that is one thing that he did. But can these teams go for a fight? Can they go for it, as the location is not prime for a fight? It's a sewer area. You cannot be revived if you are caught off guard. You'll have to go with the throwables right now, as the smoke cloud is being formed up here for the Ghost squad, and Ghost squad is moving in backwards right now. A good decision by them. And look at this. Blade Oxy moving in forward. They have a team right in front of them. And that's going to be something as Nexus was out there. Arkadians gets eliminated on the 13th as Leon was the only survivor. And he just exits the stage out in this one. But look at this. 40 people alive. 12 teams remaining. What's going to happen as Blade Oxy goes down in that particular fight? The fight that they were taking against Nexus. And look at this. He has been taken down by Nexus Zulkar. And will he go for another one? He goes for another one. And one more player goes down. Nexus Pika has been taken down as well as Blade's players, as Oxy's players just try to move in forward. And Rage goes down. It's down to one single final player. And look at this. Aladdin moving in forward. He is barging in. He's charging in inside the smoke. He will go for the grenade right now. Grenade, if it hits, it's going to be an impactful grenade out there. But will it hit anyone? That's going to be one of the things as so many tribals have been taken on. Apud was a solo survivor. LOU Esports make their exit on the 12th spot with 0 kills in this one as well. But the fights are not stopping as VFX, they are taking a fight. And with just 10 HP, Zulka goes on berserk right now. Takes down one player. And the team of Oxy also exits the stage.
Nexus was the team that was responsible for that, and that was an unfortunate situation. They were doing so well in the fight, but those Uzis, those SMGs just doing the magic and pulling things together. On the other side, Nexus, they are in the blue zone right now, so the players are gonna have to move in. But Zulker and Wolf, that was an amazing battle coming in from their side. On the other side, we have TUF who are gonna make their rotation in towards the circle right now. This, once again, is gonna be an open fight, so you have to be careful, and the utilities are gonna be important. The smokes are gonna be important. Beeless Fury is gonna be able to catch the players from the side of Envy off guard. Moise, he has a smoke protecting him right now, but Psych and Apsa are already quite far ahead. Beeless, he is gonna be quite careful. Fury still holding on to the trigger, but now the shots are being fired. Moise takes a lot of damage, and Apsa was knocked down. Apsa was taken out in that one spray from the DP, just connecting and sticking to Apsa. Envy losing another player from their side. Fury, how much can you do? Has 5 first aids, but still needs to make his move.
Only 3 teams inside the circle right now. 1 team inside the sewer, NES inside the circle, TUF inside the circle, and PES was out there inside the circle. Rest assured, each and every team has to make their way inside the zone right now. And Psych on your screen, Blacklist Fury on your screen, surviving for the team right now. Blacklist Nizam is out there, and Wilgax goes down as well, just rams him over with the vehicle. PS Vegeta takes down one player from HFD. That was something unfortunate from their side. And Nexus is actually being dropped down. And PS will look at this. Vegeta has switched to FPP. He's taking that full FPP advantage right now to spot the players if he can just go for it. PS Insane has also dropped in just for the fight, and Nocto is taking his fight from the other direction. They have dropped down one more player from HFD. That is looking really, really bad for the team right now, as HFD is left with just one player. I said it too soon. Team HFD has been eliminated with 6 kills on the hands of the team that just did that for themselves, and that's gonna be Portal Esports.
But once again, a close close quarters combat was coming in. On the other side, we have PS Vegeta with that M4 in his hands, managing to connect with Fury. Fury was taken down, but can you get the kill, or is it just going to be taken by the blue zone? The RNG, they are closing in on TUF. Aladdin with that beautiful drop shot is going to get a knock for him, but he's going to be taken down by Venom who shot at him from the window. Venom is sitting at 20% health, but how much can he do for his team? The revive is not going to come in. Has a Scarlet in hand. He's going to heal himself first. The 2 players from the side of RNG, they are quite back, but they are low as well. The teammates are going to be taken down as Ahmad is going to shoot him in the back from the window. Venom, he has to be careful with this one. He is outnumbered. He is cornered. He has to play this one to perfection. Runs out of the house, is going towards Edgar, but now is going to engage with Ahmad. Ahmad is going to be knocked down. Venom still standing with the Scarlet, is going to finish the man off and is going to put him in a weird situation. Ahmad wasn't finished off. He is still bleeding slowly. Was left with 10% knockdown HP. Aladdin is quite low. Just one more shot. He's going to go down. Venom is going for the revive from the side of RNG. And TUF Venom, he is going to revive Edgar as well. But once again, they are outnumbered. It is going to be a 2 versus 3 situation. Envy is going to drop Blacklist from the game with one beautiful grenade coming in. PS Vegeta, Mini 14 still doing the magic, is going to corner his enemies by destroying their vehicles. RNG Venom goes inside the house. Edgar is going to be taken out, and NES long range shots connecting is going to take out an entire team.
Oh my god, that was impressive from the team, as you just saw. PES knocked on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see what happens out in this fight, as well as NES Maxi just sneaking in like a snake. And Wilgax has gone down, and Thieves coming in as he is trying to take the kill for himself. That was amazing. NES Wick goes down, but Maxi with that trade coming in as Venom has gone down, Hamad has gone down, and Wick would like to get a revive. Thank you very much because for that smoke right now. Aladdin is looking out there. You can see he wants to revive, but will he go or will he wait for the perfect moment? He has a smoke in his hand. That can be bad. If a team charges on him, he has a smoke in his hand. Team Envy gets eliminated on the 6th position with 4 kills for themselves. Which team is going to win as we are heading to 5 teams mark? North Esports, Portal Esports, RNG, Rogue Nation, and RSxTeamx. They are looking really good as North Esports have 4 players alive. They are dropping grenades right now. They are dropping all that they can just to win this fight. There are people inside the circle. There is 1 player outside, 2 players outside the circle. But other than that, each and every single player is sitting inside the circle in a really, really good situation. But what's gonna happen as RS Alpha is trying to move, trying to make his way inside the circle, and ROG Titanium is still outside the circle right now. He has to slither in. But if he catches NES's whole squad, I think he can just eliminate the whole squad as NES is trying to look towards PES's side. Spoke too soon. RSxTeamx gets eliminated, but still ROG Titanium is still surviving. What's gonna happen? Emmer, you need to look backward area. Maxi, you need to look towards your backward area. Look at that. Titanium, he is still slithering out there. If he spots Emmer, that's gonna be the end game. If he spots Snow, that's gonna be the end game. The circle, which side is it gonna go? If it stays on the Portal side, that's gonna be really, really good for Portal Esports as they will be uncontested out there. But look at that. Rogue Nation goes out as Titanium was spotted, but circle is just gonna hit its mark right now. Is on the Portal side. That means each and every team, 2 teams that are remaining, RNG and North Esports. Look at that. North Esports, 1 player goes down, but Vegeta has been taken down as well. This will give them time to revive their players so that they can just move inside the area right now, inside the zone right now. That's going to be an important one. But RNG is still surviving. RNG's players, can this be their back-to-back chicken dinner? Can they go for it right now? Previously it was Miramar. This time this is Erangel for them. Can they just reign supremacy in the Erangel? Look at that airdrop. They are trying to do some grenades on the airdrop area, just thinking, what if there is someone present there?
Yeah, because usually when there's a drop in the middle of nowhere, you can use it as a cover. But on the other side, Vegeta getting knocked, that was a slight overcommitment, and Snow with that beautiful DP shot coming in towards the pixel of Vegeta's head. But he was revived. Now he is on the first floor. Venom, RNG Venom is trying to connect with the players of NES, North Esports, but he's going to be taken down instead. And the blue zone is coming in from behind. Aladdin, he has to be careful. But North Esports, they get into the compound right in front of the Portal Esports player. Not a wise decision because the nades are going to come in and they can do a lot of damage. The knocks, if the knocks happen, North Esports, they are going to be in a really bad situation. Aladdin trying to crawl to his teammate Venom for the revive. Maxi is going to be dropped by Vegeta. Snow running out in the open, somehow managed to survive. But this nade, if it connects, that's going to just be brutal to the players. And will it? I think so as well. And Snow is going to be knocked down by Vegeta with that beautiful nade. Another one is going to go in. Snow, he has to move far away from that location. Venom from the side of RNG. The revive did kick in, and now he's healed up. And the second nade is going to take North Esports out of the game as Vegeta with that beautiful usage of utility and the work being done by the players of RNG as well. But RNG, this is going to be a 3 versus 3 situation. Portal Esports, they have the compound. RNG move into the compound. That was the cause of demise for the side of North Esports. Hamad, he is out in the open though. He is just being the backline for his teammates, and 2 players have moved right next to Portal Esports. Who is going to take this chicken dinner? 2 teams remaining, 6 people in the game.
8th circle commences, ladies and gentlemen, and RNG's players are outside the circle. Venom is out there with just 10 HP surviving. The smoke is saving him, but for how long, that's going to be a question. Nocto in a really safer area inside the circle. Insane not inside the circle. Vegeta also has to get inside the circle. Aladdin and Venom surviving alongside 1 more player. That's going to be Hamad. Which team is going to get their chicken dinner? Will it be a back-to-back chicken for RNG, or will Portal Esports end their day on really flying notes? That's That's going to be one of the questions. Aladdin and Venom, they are out in that area. Nocto has spotted one player, so that's going to be the end of Hamad, as Hamad is barely surviving right now. So he's going to go for the healings, as if he has. That's going to be a question, but 10 more seconds. 9, 8, as the circle is going to commence. That will be the 8th circle. 27 minutes and 46 seconds inside the zone, inside the game right now. Look at this grenade. The grenade is going inside, but does not do any damage. But that was a really impressive try. But then Vegeta knows the location. Insane knows the location. The players are still inside the house. That is going to be something. Look at Hamad. He's just charging in. He will be caught off guard as Vegeta takes him down. That's the take the team of RNG off guard, as Aladdin also gets hit by a grenade. He is down to 40 HP right now. Venom with that Groza does the Groza has a capability of 1v4, but does this player has it in him? That's going to be another question. Overcommitting for the grenade right now. That can be a really bad choice out in this situation. Venom is on 75 HP. Aladdin, he blasts a vehicle, but he has taken damage. The Molotov comes in from the right hand side for Venom. That's going to be one of the things if it changes something for the team. Vegeta, Nocto, final circle, final game out here as Hamad goes down and RNG, Venom and Aladdin are out there. Look at this. They are so close to each other. Vegeta is really close, and he has been spotted by Aladdin, who just goes for a spray. Insane has been spotted by him. Will it be the game of RNG, as he is on just 1 HP? Aladdin has been taken down. Nocto surviving. 1v1 situation, moving in forward, and RNG goes down as finally Portal Esports with their wins. 15 kills for the team right now. Impressive gameplay by Portal Esports.
Vegeta coming in with the 9 kills, 35-point play coming in for this team, and I think Portal, they are going to get a boost in their standing. So Portal Esports, from day one I have been saying this is one of the strongest team in the country alongside with Bablu, and today they showed us why. So this is the level of performance you expect from this team, and they delivered. And with that, let's have a look at the MVP from Portal Esports and see who it was. I know who it was. It was going to be Vegeta. 9 kills, 10 kilometers traveled, 1100 damage on the guy.
And 27-47, the survival time. I mean, those 9 kills coming out by this particular guy, I mean, it's more than impressive what this guy just did for the game and for the team himself. I mean, the team had 15, and this guy,
he went Super Saiyan.
He went Ultra God, Super Saiyan, something with a Sensu Bean. I mean, see, they eat painkillers, but this guy was eating Sensu Bean all along, and that was just impressive out there what just happened. And I mean, the team with their coordination, how to rotate, how to take up those fights, the 3 players surviving, and in the final zone when it was just 1 player ready, and so that 1 player also did impressive.
I want to talk about that final fight as well, because that was a lot of overcommitment from the side of Portal Esports. They should not have done that. They could have actually, they had the numbers in their favor after Hamad died, and from there on out, the utility usage from their side was on point. They could have waited it out. Or actually pushed in together.
I mean, they could have, but then all they chose was to just go in. And apart from Vegeta, I would like to see who are the players. I mean, see, Leon, he took the fight against HT, and he had all those 4 kills. So from 9 to 4, that's a big jump. Hamad from RNG obviously coming out there with 4 kills for himself. PS Nocto coming out there from Portal Esports once again, and Nexus's players out there on the 5th position. See, Nexus was also doing impressive in their run. But they kind of fell short in the final circle rotations and all those things.
Yeah, but you can't hold that up against them. But what is going to matter is how many points these team gained from this game and where their positions are going to be in the overall standings. Because after all, at the end of the day, the points are just points. You need them to climb. You need them to stay in the cutoffs. That's going to be the top 24 for now to make it into the semi-finals, from where it's going to be the top 16 to the finals. So you just need to stay within those boundaries. But yeah, being on the top, dominating everyone is going to send a statement to them. And with that, let's look at the match 4 standings and see how many points these teams are getting from this game. Portal Esports 35 points, RNG 22, North Esports 15 points in total on the 3rd position, Rogue Nation on the 4th spot 12 points, Nexus team on the 5th with 10 points. Nexus took an early exit from the game, had 7 kills and jump up all the way to the 5th spot. Team Envy is going to be 6th, RSxTeamx is going to be 7th, Blacklist is going to be on the 8th spot.
Yeah, these were the top 8. But then if we just move on to the next area, you can see Team TUF on the 9th position, Arkadians on the 10th, HTeamXRange on the 11th, HFD on the 12th, LOU Esports. So this was a kind of a bad day for LOU Esports, if I had to say. And Real TG on the 14th, Team VFX Oxy on the 15th, and Team BTK. For Team BTK, this has overall been a weirdly bad-ish run for today, because all of their points were like 1-2, 1-2. So that was like one of the things that just came out there. But Portal Esports, they just played incredible. Vegeta played incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible is the word to define them right now, to be honest.
Or as sometimes Ocean says it, incredible is not even word.
Exactly.
Yeah, but with that bad joke, let's move over to the overall standings and see how the teams are doing right now. Because Portal, they are going to make the jump, but not enough. Bablu is still going to be on the 3rd position. RNG is going to move over to the 1st position, 144 points, 141 points for them. And Envy is going to drop down to the 2nd.
Yeah, I mean, the point difference is 9 points, but look at this. Bablu and Portal, they are neck to neck right now.
Yeah.
What Bablu has done, I have no idea. But with just 4 games, they are still sitting at that mark.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, when their next match is going to come, I mean, they with just one match, and they are going to just climb up the ladder easily. And on the 5th position is Team VFX Oxy with 97. Nexus Team on the 6th with 94. LOU on the 7th with 93. And TUF on the 8th with 67 points to the end.
But moving on the 9th position, it's going to be North Esports, 10th being taken by Rogue Nation, 11th, it's going to be Gaming Hub. Arkadians are on the 12th position, RSxTeamx on the 13th, FIME is going to be on the 14th, HTeamXRange on the 15th, Team HFD on the 16th position. And once again, most of the teams are there with the 8 games, but Gaming Hub with 4, FIME with 4, HTeamXRange with 4, just managing to stay in the top 16. So when these teams actually play again, they will have a chance to climb up even higher and compete for the spot in the top 8. But moving on from this section to the 3rd quarter of the table, let us have a look over there and see how many things have changed. R3D Esports is going to drop down to the 17th position. Team BTK still managing to be in the top 24, 18th position for now. The Real TG is going to be on the 19th spot. Blacklist 2 is going to be on the 20th. Freestyle is going to be 21st. The Stars on the 22nd. Team HR on the 23rd. DFUZeOfficial on the 24th position. Now moving on to the last section of the table of the standings, let us see if the team that was there with all their games being played, HTeamXRange 25th spot, so still in a lot of trouble. On the other side, FTF Esports 26th position, Team H2E 27th, KPK Gaming 28th, FalaQ is going to be on the 29th, 247 Gaming on the 30th, F2D Esports is going to be 31st, and Team Aqua on the 32nd spot for now.
Yeah, as of now, see, HTeamXRange, they had a bad run today as well as their games are over, but still, see, they are at the 25th spot. If they play the cards right, or even better, if either one of their games can actually go for them reaching up, if not chicken in a 2nd or 3rd position, I think they can easily contest still in a spot in 17 to 24. If that happens for them, that's going to be a good thing for that team when their matches actually arrive for the next time. But I think for now, Portal did incredible in the final match. I mean, the position that they achieved is 4th overall, like coming right next to Bablu as well. So it just depends. Like, some teams do it on just one day, some teams do it on 2 days or something. But at the end, it all shows that each and every team has had their homework. They have done what it takes to be at the most amazing thing, and it's never possible without people that go for the kills, and also the kill leaders overall on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. And Envy Absaw ends his day finally. Because he started on the 4th position, and now he's ending it on the 1st position. That's a huge kudos to this guy. 22 kills on his bag right now. 4-3-3-8 the damage dealt from this guy. Bablu Pikachu on the 2nd with 19. PES Vegeta on the 3rd with 17, and RNG's Hamad on the 4th with 16. Envy Deadshot once again making an appearance. The 1st and the 5th is out there for Envy's team with 14 kills and 2-8-3-2 damage dealt. Yeah,
the men have been playing an amazing game. And moving on to the next 5, it's going to be Wolf on the 6th spot with 14 kills. Hunk on the 7th spot with 13 kills. Ghost from Bablu is going to be on the 8th position with 13 kills as well. Nocto from PES, 9th position, 13 kills. Zolkar on 10th position, 13 kills. A lot of number 13s in the bottom 5 of the kill leaders. So another little interesting thing that's been going on, apart from the 11 kill games that Ocean I get to cast every now and then.
Yeah, there's something with us and odd numbers like 11,
Yeah.
13. I don't know, like,
So,
but still.
I'm pretty sure this guy, being a maths genius, is gonna figure it out in a while. Yeah, but this was the last game for the day. So once again, we will be coming back after 2 days on Monday on the 24th. And if you guys like casting on the same time as well, 6:30
Exactly.
p.m. If you guys like our casting, you can follow us on our socials. Me at iSuperJohnny, at Ocean Sharma.
And if you guys liked it, give me a high five on the screen. Yeah, he's going for a self five. I
Yeah.
don't know, like that's
And
something.
Yeah, another thing. If you actually like a casting, you can catch us casting PMCO South Asia as well. That's going to be happening tomorrow. So we'll see you guys there, or we'll see you guys on Monday. Till then, you guys take care and good night.